Stream. Hello.
Welcome back, everyone. Sorry. Let me try
Gotta
this
use
again.
the memory wipe on y'all. Nothing happened. Nothing happened. Everything was
The reset
all
option
fine and
to
dandy.
remember.
All right. Once again, my bad, y'all. My bad. Very untimely. I know why. It's because of the Uma rule, the master rule of time. He's messed shit up, man.
It's because I keep wanting to use Uma Past.
Hello.
We lost a subscriber because of that.
Hey.
Sorry, guys.
Hey, man. Sorry.
It happens.
Jeez.
It happens.
Now they'll probably go back. Maybe.
Yeah. No, I don't know.
All I know is it better not be one of the seats. Hey. I better see every single one who was here. Matter of fact, let me delete that stream, man.
Oh, I put it on private, but you can delete it if you want.
Oh, okay. Get that fraud stream out of here, man. Devontae the Cursed.
Yikes.
Yellow. I know, Vince, I know. It was a legendary 10-minute stream.
Oh, wow. Hello, take two. Someone, Osis, Mad Mata, Jenny, Vince, Kebab, Hexo. Still missing Lauren. Still missing. Who else were we missing? A couple people.
Lauren was the one that unsubscribed. Sorry.
It was unintended.
Unintended, indeed. But yeah, man, last volume, fire. That was actually one of my favorite fights in the series. It might have been my favorite fight. I thought it was just really fun and unique. I was just intrigued and into it the whole time. Nico, shout out to Nico. I don't know how he did it. I don't know. That's like when you talk about willpower or whatever, anything like that, he's up there. That's why
he's got a demon in him, and that's just willpower, like you said. I cannot believe that he purposely took on all the memories of Apocalypse with Unforgettable.
I need to see the aftermath now.
I don't understand how he's still standing, truthfully.
Damn. You know what though? Like in a way, that's kind of like, because we've been thinking about Foucault. Like we need some kind of setback, or not just a setback, but real adversity. And even though he conquered that, that's still one of them because it went against something that she actually wanted. She didn't want him to happen, something like that, but it did, and he was able to overcome it really on his own. And I like that Tezuka has been consistent with that, where Foucault has a hand in most people and how they're able to hone in their abilities and whatnot. But for this situation, it wasn't really her. It was really all Nico and Ichico and Feng in a way. But mostly Nico, so I do like that a lot. Oh, you're right, Kebab. How long was Feng not in the story? He hadn't been seen since what, the Chikara arc?
Yeah, I think so. Because they did a whole bunch of skipping.
Right. Yes, reliving all that trauma with new stuff too. Like, I don't know, man. Okay.
I don't think Andy has had a single piece of dialogue in like manga terms, probably in like 2 years.
Yeah. Yeah, it's been a minute. That was what chapters were the end of Ragnarok?
I know it was volume 15.
15. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Damn. Yeah, you're right. About 2 years.
8 volumes, 9 chapters apiece. 72. So like a year and a half, probably.
Year and a half. 50, 54. Yeah, a year and a half. Still a long ass time.
I wonder if he's even going to be the same when he comes back.
I know,
because he's been like soul projecting forever. Charm. Oh God, you missed it. You missed
He didn't miss anything. He didn't miss anything.
All right. Sure.
Doflamingo laugh. I just read the first panel of this chapter. Literally what I was just talking about with Fuko. She was coming in, but I like that though. I like that Nico did that on his own though. That's pretty dope. Because mostly Fuko's always been the one who's been giving them the alley-oop to overcome tragedies or prevent them. And I like that Nico. And that's the crazy thing is because his is arguably the worst. It is the worst now. 100% his trauma is now the worst.
Yeah.
Because we thought it was like that before, or at least near. About the worst before. Now it's kind of.
We say that now. We don't know the conditions under which Juiz first got her power.
True. But like, I mean, okay, maybe on a. Well, I'll just say so far mentally, it's the worst.
Oh, for sure. I don't even know if like we'll save him or if it's just going to be like whittling down the master rules until it's just like death, luck, and soul. Maybe change too. But I feel like he's not coming out for a while. Oh, sorry, Sherm. Let's send you the new one. I'm so sorry.
You're like, what the hell happened here? Nothing happened. Sherm.
Oh, Lord.
Nothing happened, Sherm. Nothing happened at all. Nothing happened. But I'll tell you, Sherm. Of course, I'm going to tell you. So, I tried to host a stream, and what I tried to do was host it on the website and then also transition to the app. And it did it, but then it failed, and then it did it again, then it failed, and it started lagging, then the iPad was lagging. And then I just said, oh, yeah, I can't do this. I give up. I don't have the willpower like Nico.
Since I did the Kaiju number 8 stream for 4th of July, I was coming up on the free amount for StreamYard, so I just decided to buy a month. So we got to go out on top. Got to have the background music. Got to have the full crew in here.
The goo.
No, it was not Sherm's fault. It was definitely our fault.
He pulled the comically big plug that was backstage and crashed the stream.
That's crazy. Sounds crazy.
Me? No, not me. I would never.
Oh yeah, Uma Def and Uma Luck versus Undead Unluck. Yeah, need that. Some form of that. And also, like I said, War against Billy, Creed, and Tella. That's gonna be crazy because how do you beat War himself? Like, how do you do that? when, like, of course you guys are in war too. Like, you guys been in war, but he's like the master of war. Like, that's crazy. Pretty wild.
Well, what do you think the Phase 3 forms are going to be for all these people? I know you said for Uma Death it's going to be like a Grim Reaper. What do you think Luck's going to be?
Las Vegas.
Just a roulette wheel. That's what her top is going to turn into.
You never know. All I know is that Death is 1,000% going to turn to the Grim Reaper. Skeleton face, hood over, scythe, 100%. War, what the fuck is he going to look? He already look like in goddamn Phase 3. He looks crazy.
He's going to look like, what's her name? Hold on, don't tell me. Chainsaw Man.
Oh, yeah.
Monte doesn't know. I would laugh so hard if that were the case.
I don't know.
Big old head.
Sick almost destroyed the Union and never even reached Phase 3. Yeah. Sick is probably going to look nasty in Phase 3. Literally.
Mm-hmm.
Boy's going to have mucus just spilling out.
I feel like Victor will come back, but likely I don't think he's coming back until we use Remember, because there's got to be some interaction between Julia / Juiz and Victor / Andy.
All right, ready to hop into it? I know you guys been waiting. My bad once again, guys. 30 minutes ago, we should have started reading around 20-ish minutes ago. Sorry. But hey, it is like one less chapter today, so technically I guess it's time to check this out. That was like a filler,
Yeah. Yeah, Osis, I think that was what I was saying about the clones on Earth, because if Andy's clones can only last a minute from his position on the sun going to Earth and then being there, potentially Victor could have been the one that was guiding both Void and Sean on their lives.
All right. So I think it's your time to start this time.
Okay. Chapter 207, guys. Again, sorry about the technical difficulties to start. We are so excited. I'm so sorry, Mr. Nico. If only I came sooner, you wouldn't have had to turn into Unforgettable. Don't make me repeat myself. It all worked out in the end. Jostle. We managed to beat language, and Ichico didn't die either. But still, I'm alive. Anyhow, next topic. You came here because you had something to do, didn't you? Yes, that's right. I came to tell you something. As Feng flies away half through the nimbus. I've gotten a grasp on souls. I'll share what I've learned with you and enhance your negation abilities in one shot. Unmove, untouchable, unchast, unrepair, unforgettable, unavoidable, unseen, something else. Yeah, I see. Now's the best time to do that. Enhance? There's a way to do that? We've already tackled some of the big quest after all. It may depend on the negation ability, but I managed to benefit from it. Vroom. Once I was able to perceive souls, Unforgettable's memory became virtually infinite. In the past loop, I regulated it with just my brain. That's why my pre-unforgettable memories that wouldn't fit in my brain would be crushed in the stack. If I didn't use my soul, Appo's memories probably would have killed me. Huh. Interesting. So it's like an external hard drive for his brain. Quick aside, I know I made that as a joke, but there is actually this theory that we could utilize the actual space in space to store information, because there's a way to convert, I think it's to data, to where the space itself in space would be used as like a hard drive. So I know that's way off topic, so I'll get back on topic, but still. This is only a hypothesis, but hear me out. We've been putting these abilities into categories. Self-targeting and external targeting, right? Well, what if I told you that those categories might not actually exist? What? All these people are going to be like the super Avengers if they can put unseen on everyone, unbreakable on everyone. Imagine if those abilities only ever worked that way because they were being held back by our physical bodies. Using our souls, we could potentially do away with the concepts of targets altogether. Sean's the prime example of this. He unconsciously broke down that barrier, in which case we can make it happen. We can enhance the negation abilities of all union members who make use of their souls. Oh, the Tetsuzanko, the unbelievable bullets. I mean, the unbelievable bullets. Rip with like a soul cutter blade. All right, there are only 3 teammates left to recruit. Bunny, Chast, Tatiana, and in the distance, I'm thinking Ruin, maybe? Tatiana, untouchable. Bunny, unback. And Kururu, unchast. Also, we'll take care of the remaining quest targets, Burn and Summer. Learn about souls and become the best and strongest incarnation of the Union so far in order to take the superior rules and God down. What a hell of a page. My God. And she's even got the saber pointed upwards. Oh, Julia.
Yes.
God. Ragnarok. Huh? Only this time, I'm going to fight alongside you because you weren't there last time. Right. Then I guess we can split into 3 groups. We? Who else besides me who has an intricate knowledge of souls? Well, you see, Ichico and Feng died during the language fight. Huh? And I ended up comprehending souls and becoming unforgettable. Huh? And after dying, these 2 gained a deeper understanding of souls. Huh? Died? Huh? But they're alive, right? Now, I revived them with Shiratori. A what? Ah, well, we'll fill you in on the details later. Awooga? Wait, then what about your negation ability? Huh? Oh, that's right. I had mentioned that, but I just forgot about it because marriage. When you died, was there no talk about your ability transferring to someone else? Didn't you meet anyone while you were dead? You met someone. That's news to me. Ah, so that wasn't a dream. I'll be coming back to life soon anyway, so we can just leave it with me. The ability is a pain in the neck after all. What? And that's how it happened. Just uber casual like that? Was that for the best? I mean, sure, it would have been awkward foisting it upon someone else, but still, it's fine. I've gotten used to it. Also, if it'll make us a matching married couple... Oh, I didn't even think about that. The matching eye bags. Then I figured, well, where's the harm? Haha. What? Married couple? You 2 got married? Yep, language gave us the rings. Huh? What? Hey, Kokuta-un, will you go already? They don't seem to be disappearing. Oh, Mr. Feng. Thank you for your cooperation. You're currently the Union's 10th seat. Pardon? Since you're officially a roundtable member, I am not. Could you help teach everyone about souls? I'm asking because I think you're the best at controlling it. I refuse, he says with the Kinto or the Kokuto-un floaty. I've already paid back what I owe for the help with my great awakening. I have no reason to follow your orders. Yep, no surprises there. Let's handle it on our own. There are still 8 more of the superior rules, and they're just as strong as the one you just fought. Don't you want to fight them? If you don't work with us, we'll end up beating them first. Big talk, but this is enough to convince him. You want to fight against strong foes, right? There's no need. I'll teach the workings of the shoal to Shen. He will make a good practice dummy, far more so than those 10 superior rules. Haha, sheesh, you just can't be honest with yourself, can you? Silence, Sig Sucker. Still a crazy insult name for him. Oh, in that case, please be sure to teach Mui too, and Mr. Void, and Miss Yusai. Quit tacking on more people. I'm not including them. Man, you sure have a lot of faith in him. Okay, what should we do now? That's obvious, huh? I'll head to Tatiana's location. I have to develop and deliver the sphere after all. Okay, that makes sense. I'll handle Bunny. I'm pretty sure her state in the last loop can be avoided using my astral projection method. Interesting. Yep, which leaves you with Kururu. What? I shouldn't. I mean, Kururu will have Unchast trigger at a live concert. A concert with a ton of people. And a ton of people is Unluck's nemesis. If I touch someone by accident, then it could trigger a worse disaster than Unchast. Yeah, I'm well aware of that. Huh? But even so, huh? Do we have like a huh counter for this chapter? I feel like it's at like 30 by now. You definitely ought to go. Come again? As someone who was entrusted with the loop with resolve as steely as yours, I realize this may not seem like the most logical path, but take it from me, after all the dumb stunts I pulled in the last loop, if you can meet someone, you should. What are you talking about? Look at this. It's a poster for a festival that'll take place in a week. Uh-huh. Anyone there look familiar to you? Kaide del Taco, Kururu, Twin Girls. What? Do you have a favorite or something? No. Tratistis. Ever since the loop, I haven't kept up with any of that. Huh? Whoa! What? What's wrong? This girl. Never heard of her. She an up-and-comer? Do you know her? It's less that I know her and more that this girl is my mother. Excuse me?
What?
Your mom was an idol? What? Judging?
Yeah, I know, right?
Judging by your reaction, I assume you never did any digging. I never dug, so I didn't know. She said she liked music, but she was an idol? My mom? For real? Preventing Kururu's tragedy takes priority. Even so, I think you ought to go. Get out there. This is your chance to meet your parents one more time. I am flabbergasted.
It's funny because we were questioning about that. Like, what's going on with Fuko's parents? Like, did they have a kid? Did they not have another kid? Did they have another Fuko? I didn't think so, but I was like, what happens there? And
Flabbergasted.
Surprise.
Wow. That's my mom.
Is the timeline a little off though?
I think it's more so like
As in her parents are younger or older? Because that's
think
happened
they
with
are
other people.
younger. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Well,
So, I mean, it's not necessarily unexpected.
No, this was unexpected.
What?
let's not get
I mean,
let's not get it twisted.
Let's not get it twisted. Okay.
I guess roughly, if
Huh.
you're like in the same time period, at least at some point, I guess it makes sense. Like she could have been older, younger, like a lot younger, a lot older, you know.
Stop it, Vince.
We
Stop
really
it.
get so many different arcs in this series, man. Idol arc now, like
I was spoiled on this, hence my attempt at 2 streams ago. I said Oshino Kururu.
mm.
But
It's manga's
Yeah.
for everybody, man. There's an arc for everybody. We
mhm.
had food. We had a food wars. We had cooking wars. We had
Yeah, Call of Duty,
school, Call of Duty, like
space.
space, martial arts tournament,
You got it all. Undead Unluck gives you
Ragnarok.
everything.
Peter Pan.
Bruh, everything. It's wild. Man, it's one of those things, man. Like season 1 was good, but it's another anime where it's like, yeah, season 1 was good, but everything else after that.
You know, I just finished watching with my IRL friends the season finale of season 1 of Undead Unluck yesterday. And honestly, at the end of it, I said something, and I'm curious what you guys feel about it. I feel like season 1, now that I know what's coming in seasons 2 through 6 or 2 through 7, it's probably about a 7 out of 10.
Yeah, that's how I feel too.
Even with Ano Un and that whole like immaculate story, like overall, it just pales in comparison. This series just keeps going up and up and up.
Which I think should happen. In my opinion, I think your first few arcs, specifically season, should be the quote unquote weakest. I know some people probably feel a little different, like you have to have a really good, strong start to be engaged. But a lot of times, if you start really high, it's
peak.
very easy to go down. Very easy. So
I'm looking at you, Promise Neverland.
tell me about it. It literally the first arc is like either that or Goldie Pond or like peak. And a lot of people think that the first arc is like peak, like 9 out of 10. And it just not as
Yeah,
bad.
it kind of
going
crashed
down,
and
but it went
burned,
down.
but
I prefer
Yeah.
Goldie Pond, but that first arc was immaculate.
But yeah, this is Undead is it. So 208 dual react right now.
208 and then 213. So I'll let you take it away.
All right. So chapter 208, you guys know the drill. We do a blind react. So if you are new here, I know a lot of you guys are the same people that come for every stream, so you would know. But for anybody that's new out there, what we usually do is have one person read a chapter, and then we'll let the other one know once we're done to read the chapter as well, so that we can both get a blind reaction for chapters that are usually hyped. So we do polls and ask people if there's like 1 or 2 chapters in a volume that is like a must, like you must see both of us on camera. So that's why we do that. So let's get into chapter 208. And yeah, Kebab, not putting Goldie Pond. Goldie Pond is literally, arguably the best art. It's literally top two. No argument. It's top 2. All right. All right, Shonen Jump app. Damn, we really caught up. This chapter came out on June 2nd. Okay, I like the color page. We all here on stage performing. All right. My boy got a union chain. My boy Rip got a union chain. Okay. Tello with the guitar. Hey, okay. Billy with the drums. Hell yeah. All right, let's go. The title's called Could It Be? Could It Be? Tokyo, Japan. This is incredible. Miss Fuko, it's the Sky Tree. The Sky Tree. Have you really been to the top of it, Miss Fu? I'm really sorry. I'm really sorry. I had no choice but to give Mr. Feng your points. There's no telling when the next set of quests will drop, so I couldn't call on the other members. So you're saying I'm expendable, eh? No, really, I'm sorry. The next reward will grant us 4 new seats, so if you can just be patient till then, just drop it. Anyway, why did you ask for me? Well, we'll be preventing Miss Kururu's tragedy, but before that, I wanted to do some investigating. If needed is recon. Apparently, my mother is an idol and is set to appear at Miss Kururu's festival. So, well, Mr. Nico thinks I should go see her in person. Your mother? Yeah, it's news to me too, since Miss Kururu's festival could get dangerous. I figured I'd better take a look. I'm sorry, I realize this isn't strictly business. Still, I think it'd help a lot if I had you around, Mr. Sean. I wonder if he's feeling some kind of way because he's thinking about his dad, maybe, or maybe even his mom. Who knows? And besides, I'm afraid of running into her for paradox reasons. So if you, okay, I didn't think she would actually think about that. Like, I don't know, like, what would happen if I actually met my mom? When she's not my mom here, but she's my mom, but she's not my mom. So if you wouldn't mind using Unseen to help me out. Idols cute. All right. Think your mom would introduce me to the other idols? So that's what he was thinking. I was thinking he was on some, maybe he is, but I was thinking he was on some like, man, I feel you, man. My dad or my mom, same situation. Like, I feel you, but nah, he just wants to see the idols. Let's not. I prefer to interact with her as little as possible. Oh, come on. Where's the harm? Don't suck all the fun out of this. All right. Just you wait, cutie pies. Well, I'm glad that worked out. That he cheered up, that is. Mr. Sean sure does love girls, doesn't he? Well, what are you doing? Let's hurry. A cafe? Does she work here as a part-time job? Yes, she's not a popular idol, apparently. Alrighty, let's head on in. Just a second. I'm not mentally prepared yet. This will be the first time seeing her in over 200 years. Can we activate Unseen before we go in? Why? That'd be a waste. You gotta meet who you want to meet. Wait, and talk to who you want to talk to while you have the chance. After all, when it comes to people, you never know when or where will be the last time you see them. Oh, welcome. Oh, welcome in. Wow. Table for 3. Man, this is so good because, like, Fuko in this situation, she gets to finally get closure with her parents, or at least with her mom right here, that she didn't get that closure before because they died in the airplane. So, you know, that's wild though. Never. Once again, Suzuka, like, it's hard to predict things. It's easy sometimes to predict things in the series, but it's also hard too on the other end, because I never would have thought of like this kind of interaction like this. I would have thought maybe if she did see her parents, she would like look through a window or something and like kind of smile, let them live their life, something like that, right? But not actually getting to meet her. I would have never thought that. But table for 3. Wow, she sure is cute. She's not an idol for nothing. I'm bringing her over the water. This girl is my mother. Oh, shit. Damn. She tripped, spilled air all on him. Did you use Unluck? No, sorry. That's ironic, right? But there's no way this would have happened otherwise. Boss, get the towels, huh? You know what? Okay, I was thinking, I'm thinking in a very dark, pessimistic way, but what if she like still ended up having her mom die, like somehow her Unluck like made her die here, and I don't want to think about that. All right, hopefully this is a wholesome chapter with her mother. That's why this is one of the ones to pick. Hopefully, let's see, man. I keep telling you to take them out one at a time. You mean this happened before? Shit, Sean, I'm so sorry. I have extra clothes here, but no worries. Only our heads got wet. You, that face, huh? It looks familiar. Oh, welcome in. Wait, watch out. Okay. Oh, shit. What the hell? A splash axe kick. Watch out. Is that her father? Oh. Probably her father, right? Amazing. He reacted out of impulse to all of that. No, that reaction seemed less like impulse and more like, damn. Shucks, I thought I dodged them all this time around. I didn't expect a threefold strike with the water axe kick in the tray. You really outdid yourself, Miss Kaede. You shouldn't be proud of that. One order of Hayashi rice right away. Yeah, that's your mom, all right, Fuko. She's got the same recklessness, I guess. Huh? What gives you that impression? Well, what do you think after meeting her? It feels sort of strange. I only know her as my mother. Now I'm reminded that there was a time when my mother wasn't my mother. Makes sense. In that case, quit worrying and talk to her already. So it's not her dad. All right. I don't know. I was thinking, isn't that the reason why old man Nico sent you here? This chance isn't going to present itself again, right? But it could cause a time paradox. That applies to time travel, right? That's not what you're doing, is it? Is it? There shouldn't be any issues. That's all I was thinking. Like maybe not. Who knows though? When it comes to this situation, because they're in the loop shenanigans. So who knows? But seems like they're all right. I mean, she's talking to her, so that should. I hear my niece crying outside my door. Disregard that. She wants to see me. I'm streaming. I'm sorry. You're just playing through a new world on a fresh loop. Yes, right. I'm so sorry. I know I gave you a ticket to the upcoming festival, but I don't think I'll be performing. She means Kururu's thing, right? Did you just hear that? Yes. Why? The thing is, everyone in my backing band has had to pull out for one reason or another. Illnesses, broken bones, etc. Isn't that way too unlucky? Well, that's terrible news. I've been holding emergency auditions for replacements, but hey, are you starting to fade? Oh shit! Oh, whoa! Okay, interesting. I like that though. How you see the unluck through it, but unseen's not active. That's it. Crap. Where did you and Dad get married, Mom? Do you mean when did we start dating? It was when I went with your dad to hear his favorite girl sing. So does that mean Dad loved you over that person, Mom? Honey, help me out here, huh? Why are you keeping that secret from Fuko? Why? Because if she saw any videos or anything, I'd die of embarrassment. Could it be? Excuse me, at my birth? About those auditions for your back. Wait. Okay. About those auditions for your backing band hinges on this upcoming festival. Could you tell me more? Hinges on this upcoming festival, huh? Russia, United States, Los Angeles, China. We see all the union members in different locations. All points bulletin. This is Fuko. This is Fuko. I realize you're all away on missions, but I have an urgent request. Anyone who can, I ask that you please lend me your help. I need to put together a backing band with union members right now. It's gonna be fire. Otherwise, my mom and dad won't get together, and I'll probably disappear. So please, I need your help. I beseech you. Nice. Interesting chapter, man.
Surprise again.
What the hell?
Be careful when you're reading the
comments. I seen
Okay.
Vince talk. Yeah.
Yeah, I was able to get rid of it on the YouTube side, but obviously not on the StreamYard side.
Furion, we told you before, man. Chill out. We're almost caught up. We'll be caught up literally in about an hour, some change. Maybe even sooner. Who knows? But this arc so far starting off great. That's wild though. The whole time paradox thing.
Yeah, this is the knee-jerk reaction I was referring to. A lot of people were like freaking out and like, this can't be happening. What's going on? It doesn't make sense. And it's like, let them cook. Come on.
Yes. It makes sense because, like, I mean, if your mom, if you're birthing this person in a prior timeline and you're hearing this new timeline, then there would be some kind of paradox shenanigans going on. It would happen.
Right, and this is something that you and Twitchy were like guessing and talking about like for ages ago. So it's not like this came out of nowhere or anything. Like,
right.
And they also just answered how Juiz kind of got away with it. So obviously, like, I don't know.
I admit to being one of those people not vibing with this paradox stuff. Yeah, I know a lot of people are interested when it comes to like time travel and anything like that. And then there's other people that's like, I don't like it because it can get very convoluted and, you know, kind of messy. But that's why people were confused. There's no time travel. Yeah, I know. I'm just saying, like, time travel things typically have time paradox things. But in this case, it's literally just a time thing, a loop thing, not necessarily a travel through time, but you're creating a brand new timeline where it's like, it's not
where
time
Fuko was
travel
removed
product.
from it.
Exactly.
She was like removed from, yeah.
So I can understand how that works if you're interacting with a person that you were birthed from in a brand new timeline. Technically, you wouldn't exist no more because it's a new timeline and you weren't born here, unless there's like another Fuko that's born here at some point, but we don't know if that will work like that. But yeah, I know the loop is not time travel. I know that. Or not the typical time travel, rather, where you're just like jumping through. Oh, so it got people into a frenzy, basically. That's what I'm seeing from the chat.
Yeah.
Restarting without time restarting. Yeah, I know that. It is very different, though, from a lot of other series. But you guys know the drill, man. Tell Twitchy to come on here, man. Pull up. I bet you like, damn, it's taking so long. Hey, it's one of them chapters. Man, Disco Blade. Hey, we have summoned you. Okay, yeah, I could definitely see people was in a frenzy for sure. Then it makes sense though. Like, you know, it's not how people thought. It's not that. It's not what people thought. But it still kind of applies to that logic because how, like, it's actually a little easier to explain it this way versus how other people usually think it is with the actual, you know, travel.
Yeah.
But,
I mean, I'm always of the opinion of let them cook and then judge an arc and everything after it's done, you know?
Yeah.
What's up, Twitch Marino?
Yup.
Right. I will try not to look at the chat and get started. It's what we're starting with. Oh my god, yeah, she's drooling. I'm sure the female viewers are also drooling at this. My god, we got Billy's on drums, Tella on guitar, Shen on backup / dancing, and then Rip as the lead singer. Bad boy, one leg. Look at this. All right. Tokyo, Japan. This is incredible, Miss Fuko. It's the Sky Tree. The Sky Tree. Have you really been to the top of it, Miss Fuko? In more ways than one. I'm really sorry. I had no choice but to give Mr. Feng your points. There's no telling when the next set of quests will drop, so I couldn't call on the other members. So you're saying I'm expendable? No, really, I'm sorry. The next reward will grant us 4 new seats. So if you can just be patient till then, just drop it. Well, I feel so bad for our boy Sean. I never thought I'd say that statement. Anyway, why did you ask for me? Well, we'll be preventing Miss Kururu's tragedy, but before that, I wanted to do some investigating. Apparently my mother, is an idol and is set to appear at Miss Kururu's festival. So, well, Mr. Nico thinks I should go see her in person. Your mother? Perk. Yeah, it's news to me too. Since Miss Kururu's festival could get dangerous, I figured I'd better take a look. I'm sorry. I realize this isn't strictly business. Still, I think it'd help a lot if I had you around, Mr. Sean. And, besides, I'm afraid of running into her for paradox reasons. I don't think that's going to be an issue, Fuko. Although it could be, but I don't think it will be. So if you wouldn't mind using Unseen to help me out. Ha! Idols! Cute! All right! Think your mom would introduce me to the other idols? Let's not. I'd prefer to interact with her as little as possible. Oh, come on. Where's the harm? Don't suck all the fun out of this. All right. Just you wait, cutie pies. Well, I'm glad that worked out. That he cleared up, that is. Mr. Sean sure does love girls, doesn't he? Ah, well. What are you doing? Let's hurry. I surely missed something there. A cafe? Does she work here as a part-time job? Yes, she's not a popular idol, apparently. Alrighty, let's head on in. Just a second. I'm not mentally prepared yet. This will be my first time seeing her in over 200 years. Can't we activate Unseen before we go in? Why, that'd be a waste. You gotta meet who you want to meet. Oh, wait, and talk to who you want to talk to while you have the chance. Spitting these bars of knowledge. After all, when it comes to people, you never know when or where will be the last time you see them. Irashai? Table for 3? Wow, she sure is cute. She's not an idol for nothing. I'm bringing over the water. This girl is my ma. And she's clumsy. God damn it. Oh my god, they all got lots of water. Huh? Did she use Unluck? No? Sorry. But there's no way this would have happened otherwise. Boss, get the towels. Huh? I keep telling you to take them out one at a time. Is this her grandfather? Ah, you mean this has happened before? I'm so sorry. I have extra clothes here, but no worries. Only our heads got wet. You, that face. Huh? Tunka Tunka. It looks familiar. Oh, welcome in. Wait, watch out. She trips again? Goodness gracious. A splash axe kick. Abanai! Oh? Okay, this is too suave. No wonder he's her dad. Whoop. Amazing. He reacted out of impulse to all of that. No, that reaction seemed less like impulse and more like clang. Slump, thud, wobble, wobble. Shucks. I thought I dodged them all this time around. I didn't expect a threefold strike with the water, axe kick, and the tray. You really outdid yourself, Miss Kaide. Hee hee! You shouldn't be proud of that. 1 order of Hayashi rice. Right away. Yeah, that's your mom all right, Fuko. She's got the same je ne sais quoi? No, recklessness, I guess. Huh? What gives you that impression? Well, what do you think after meeting her? It feels sort of strange. I only know her as my mother. Now I'm reminded that there was a time when my mother wasn't my mother. Makes sense. In that case, quit worrying and talk to her already. Huh? Isn't that the reason why old man Nico sent you here? This chance isn't going to present itself again, right? But it could cause a time paradox. That applies to time travel, right? Not what you're doing, is it? You're just playing through a new world on a fresh loop. Yes, New Game Plus, baby. There shouldn't be any issues. Yes, right. I'm so sorry. Shucks. Wait, did it do this again? Oh no, my internet! Please hold.
Oh, you're good on our end.
I think maybe Viz is just freaking out then.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, sorry. Back to it. I know I gave you a ticket to the upcoming festival, but I don't think I'll be performing. Did you hear that? She means Kururu's thing, right? Yes. Why? The thing is, everyone in my backing band has had to pull out for one reason or another. Illnesses, broken bones, etc. Isn't that way too unlucky? Well, that's terrible news. I've been holding emergency auditions for replacements, but hey, are you starting to fade? Oh, she gonna meet her dad in this loop? Or the mom's gonna meet the dad, and without that, Fuko wouldn't be able to exist? I think there's some stuff here, but Unseen's not active. That's it. Crap. Where did you and Dad get married, Mom? Do you mean when did we start dating? It was when I went with your dad to hear his favorite girl sing. Sing? That's obviously her dad at the counter. So does that mean Dad loved you over that person, Mom? They were the same person. Honey, help me out here. Huh? Why are you keeping it a secret from Fuko? Why? Because if she saw any videos or anything, I'd die of embarrassment. Could it be, excuse me, that my birth hinges on this upcoming festival? About those auditions for your backing band, could you tell me more? Huh? Russia. Oh, Tatiana. Best dad / Uncle Billy. United States. Los Angeles. Beep beep. China. Beep. All points bulletin. This is Fuko. I realize you're all away on missions, but I have an urgent request. Anyone who can, I ask that you please lend me your help. I need to put together a backing band with union members. Yusai looks adorable right now. Otherwise, my mom and dad won't get together and I'll probably disappear. Huh? So please, I need your help. I beseech you. Jesus.
Surprise.
A surprise. So the chat was letting me know that apparently when this chapter dropped, people were kind of like in a frenzy because the whole time paradox stuff. You know how people are when it comes to those
Yeah.
This was the knee-jerk reaction I was referring to.
What'd you think, Vontae? Because obviously you got to see my reaction, but I didn't get to see yours.
Well, I was thinking that I don't have a problem with it at all because, I mean, this is a brand new timeline. Fuko exists already from prior timeline from these two people, which are her parents. And realistically, if you're somebody that's from a previous timeline and now you're set in a current timeline, current world,
that's time travel
world, then technically speaking, because some people are saying, is it time travel or is it not? It's kind of it is, but just not in the way that you think of it. Because typically it's like, because we're still like in the same world. Like Vince pointed out that, like, you know, Victor and Andy, they're still existing throughout all those years when the new world is created. So technically you're still within the same, like, I guess you could say, timeline, literally timeline, but it's like a new world. So it's kind of, it is kind of confusing now that I'm thinking about it more and more, but I think it still works because it's, I think the only reason why it works is because it's Fuko going to a brand new one. It's like she's outside of like the, I guess you could say the disturbance or the literal destruction of the world itself.
Yeah.
And this series this is very different from other series when it comes to like actual space-time stuff, you know, because it's in one timeline itself.
That's another good point, Vince. So he says that the meteors that she calls down are literally fragments of the old eras. So that just shows that they're all kind of connected to one another. And I was going to mention that this all, I personally don't see the hubbub about like what's going on with this development because of the fact, and solely for the fact, that souls have interacted with previous loop iterations. Like, I have no issue with that. Because Fuko, she was already interacting with her loop 100 negator predecessors.
Mm-hmm.
So there's no like rule of going in the opposite direction to where something in this loop would affect a past loop user, because we've already seen that. So I don't have any issue with it. None at all.
I could kind of see where they're coming from though, but like you said, there's already been interferences with souls in general, just soul itself.
Mhm.
So it kind of it works though. This is a very different series, because we got to remember, like, their entire universe itself is way different from anything we've seen before. The literal sun and the moon, from what we know, are the creators itself. And you know, in our real life, they ain't really shit. To us, yes, they are. You know, the sun, moon, you know, they're everything. But like in the grand scheme of things, they ain't shit. So it is very different. Like Tezuka pretty much just created his own world, his own rules to it. That makes sense because we already accepted how the loop worked back in season 1. So,
and again, if we just kind of take this whole series as a simulation or within a video game, it makes sense that data that you like, you create a character that you bring into a new game, it can be deleted if, you know, there's something in its past that gets deleted.
Right. Or you can look at it as like a slot, like quote unquote hypothetical newborn Fuko would like fill in current Fuko slot.
Yeah.
In a way, I guess. So
yeah,
that's what I want to know. Can technically a new Fuko be born here, or I mean, obviously we have to prevent it, so it doesn't really matter, I guess. Which is kind of fucked up, but now that I think about it.
and like Vince said, Sean has already voiced the concerns people are having. So Tezuko is already being like, hey, I know y'all are going to be freaking out, but let me cook. Like, this is weird. Y'all are supposed to feel weird. It's okay. Like, trust me.
So are their parents supposed to die then? Because I mean, well, they don't have to. We can find a way to split them up, I guess. But I don't know. It's kind of still sounds a little dark though.
No, I would assume that like they're gonna have their child, and then their child is maybe gonna grow up naturally, just like they did, but without the negator ability. And then when Fuko and Ko come out of the round table room after they've passed a few more years, that when they use Remember, she's actually just going to be the daughter of those parents, and that Fuko will be an apparition. It'll just dissolve away. It's like a placeholder value. That's the best case scenario. So completely like, headcanon.
You're thinking that our Fuko will basically
be the daughter of this set of parents.
So she'll like transition into the new Fuko vessel.
I mean, she'll walk out of the round table room, and then Remember will do its thing, and then
right.
You know.
Okay, so we get to see the Fuko die again.
I mean, yeah, just fade away.
Second time, man. Low key.
But they say third time's the charm.
Hey. I mean, she is unlucky, right? You know, she's unluck. You know what? Oh yeah, something else I was thinking about too. The fact that her mom is like unlucky, like she's clumsy, she's falling, all this kind of stuff. I wonder, does that have anything to do with how someone's being picked? Like if their parents, I don't know. I'm assuming like your parents have a certain kind of trait, and then they have you, and then you're the product of that trait. So then that's why the negator ability even goes to that person. So like Top, for example, he's fast. He was always fast. So it makes sense for him to get that ability because I'm guessing him, maybe his mom or dad also were probably fast as well. So it's something that's carried. It's a genetic thing, essentially.
Yeah, I would say that kind of also plays into like the whole Souls conversation. And I hate to be like, oh, Souls explains this, Souls explains that, but it really does. It's such a central part of the story. So,
it's definitely a main theme, just with the love romance thing. Sherm, you got anything to say before we get into the next chapter?
No, nothing else I haven't said.
All right, perfect.
All right. Take it away. Okay. And yeah, Vince, I'm saying, like, on top of that, I feel that when the predecessors have a hand in that, they probably seek for someone who is like a product of their parents, or not just their parents, but like just kind of their parents. Like they just gauged that couple, like, okay, she has a lot of unluckiness happening. Let's choose this person. Why not? Of course, obviously for future situations, like they actually have to have that kind of conviction, the character itself. But something else I was thinking about. All right, chapter 209. Shove it. You're fading away. What do you mean? Could it be the paradox? I can't think of any other cause at the moment, so you'll have to fix the discrepancy with the previous loop. Discrepancy, but that could be anything. Is it not in your memories, Mr. Nico? No, not in the memories that Appo was keeping. Leave the band members to me. You, on the other hand, keep an eye on your mother and fix the paradox pronto. Roger. Hello, everyone. Kaede here. I'd like to thank you for coming to my performance here at Musashi Mura Amusement Park. Now then, let's get this show on the road. Damn, crickets. Is somebody sleeping? Wow. Having to see this with my own two eyes really drives home how unpopular she is. Is the place really that dead? That shit's dead as fuck. Oh, damn. Oh, I like how he did that panel with the notes, making them look so, like, just inky, disoriented. Like, okay, she on some bullshit. It's loud. Damn. What? That's hitting the old back. They're only here for the chiropractic benefit. Wow. Damn. Thank you very much. Thanks, little lady. Another job well done. I hate to tell you this, but as of today, you're fired. I'm sorry. Me? Brutal. Wow. She's got fired. Damn. No worries. Thank you very much for everything. If it's all right, I'd like to use the dressing room one last time. This is my mother. Why is she still in her stage clothes? This is just a hunch, but I think she was in a rush to leave, so she came to the performance pre-dress and forgot to pack a change of clothes for the walk home. Nice. You sure know your mom. Hey, Kaede-kins. Got something for you. Oh, Mr. Yamada. Kaede-kins, I've got something for you, too. Me, too? Take this and eat up. Thank you all very much. Kasegi lunchboxes, Yamada Butcher Shop. Nice. She really is your mother, huh? She's adored by all sorts of people. I see. That puts a smile on my face. What should we do? She's going inside. I'll go tell her about the band members and reassure her that we should be good. Good call. She seems down in the dumps. Be mindful of the paradox. On it. You can do it. Sigh. Yeah, I'm getting nervous. Don't. Good afternoon, Mr. Rada. I'm so sorry. I just can't go to the festival. Huh? You're the girl from yesterday. Huh? Oh. I'm here to discuss that festival matter. What? You really found replacements in only a day? You must have amazing connections. I'm not sure if they'll meet your expectations, but I assure you they won't cause you trouble, Miss Kaede. Oh, please, no. I'm grateful for sure. I had already half given up, you see. It's strange, isn't it? For an idol who was invited to such a big festival to live in a place like this. No, I wasn't thinking that. I'm not worthy. I'm not thinking I'm not worthy. That festival is an unbelievable gathering of today's top-rated models or idols. But I wasn't invited based on popularity. I was recommended by the idol currently topping the charts, Kururu. Miss Kururu? But how? What's her relation? I don't think it's much of one. It's an ancient history by now. But we used to be in the same group. What? Mom and Miss Kururu performed in the same group? That's totally different from the previous loop. We did our best together but back then when we were starting out. But Kururu was so incredible. Eventually, the gap in our talents became apparent. Kururu got headhunted by a famous agency. She said that they wanted to bring me on board too, but I figured that Kururu was better off solo, so I sent her on her way. But apparently, Kururu has been looking out for me all this time. That's why she recommended me for the upcoming festival. Shout out to Kururu, man. Getting to be on the big stage as an idol is a dream come true. Regardless of how it came about, my best friend gave me a shot. I'm always so lucky when it really counts, but I just can't keep up with the luck, with what luck affords me. I'm sorry. I know you found me band members, and I know I shouldn't be like this, but Miss Kaede, it's all right. You've been giving it all you've got, haven't you? No matter the era, when it comes time to seal the deal, people like you always deliver. I lifted that line for my partner, but the point stands. Partner, let's do some training to build your confidence and your skills. Move, huh? Here we go. Ah, boss, wait, and that's Kaede, isn't it? What are you bringing her here for? Now, where are we? What is that you're doing? Oh, this. Boys practicing back there. They're getting shit together to test to see if I can use Unforgettable on external targets. I'm hammering the skills into the members slated to play in the festival. If all goes well, we will have a batch of extraordinary performers come showtime. Help! Ow! There you have it. Huh? What are you talking about? We can give an instant skill boost, but it'll be brutal. Are you up for it? You might die, just so you know. I might die. She up for it. Hey, are you sure about this? What about the paradox? Don't worry, I did take that into consideration. But I also think I need to do things exactly like before. I'll never accomplish anything by being passive. As long as the festival is a success, I'm sure I'll be fine. So let's make the most of it. Out of it, we're going to make her performance even more of a banger than before. Ha, well, that approach suits you more, eh? Indeed. This is Sean. Can you hear me? Your father is at the front door. You don't need to see him. You don't need to see him? Okay, move. Miss Kaede, I'm sorry that I couldn't make your show today. You're like, what the? What? Are you all right? Miss Kaede, huh? It's unlocked. I'm opening the door. Miss Kaede, what's the matter? Oh, Mr. Wright, I'm sorry. I was just practicing. What? Look at those bags. What happened? Oh, don't worry. They said they'll be gone before the big show. Paradoxes can shove it. Let's make this the best, sickest festival any loop has ever seen. I feel like something bad's going to end up happening, though, for real. This paradox situation. Because Fugo's like, it'll be all right. We're going to keep going along. I don't know, though. But another eye bag person.
You know what's funny? I was spoiled on a panel that I'm assuming comes up in next chapter to where they're walking with her with the bags under their eyes. I was like, Uma Language, joining the team. Let's go. Oh, no, we killed her. Okay, well, I don't know who that is now. But, yeah, shove it, Paradoxes.
That was funny. The boy Nico.
Help. Help me.
Tella screaming for help.
Nico's
torture surpassed his inability.
So he's giving Unforgettable to other people. Nico, you absolute madman.
I can't wait to see what they do now that they're saying that the certain like what the two different conditions when it comes to their abilities, that now they can potentially just kind of conjure it on their own without having to use those conditions of like the ocular stuff. That's going to be pretty crazy.
Well, not only that, but it's also like the instance in which you are changing either a self or an external targeting negator.
Yep. That final battle, man. We're probably gonna go back to those. It's gonna be crazy, but we're probably gonna go back to those back to back double spreads that we used to get.
Those were days, man.
Wow, I'm not gonna be able to survive every Sunday, man. Nope.
How much longer do you feel like this series is gonna go?
Let's see. So we're in the 210s.
I could see it ending around.
I think at least 300 for sure. Between 3 and 4.
Yeah.
And I think 400 is like the perfect place to end a manga.
I really would want it to go as far as possible. This is one of those series I'm like, I don't believe more. It's not going to overstay. It's not going to. I'm thinking maybe 370.
Only that much, huh?
Yeah, because I kind of feel like, I mean, we only have three more people after this to get on board.
Lucy and Rowan.
And then we'll probably
have about eight master rules plus God and Luna.
Yeah. I kind of don't want to just defeat all of them before we go against God and Luna. I would kind of want at least a few of them to still be there. But I mean, honestly, it kind of don't matter because we needed everybody against Sun last time. But I just still want to see the rules there, because if the negators are there, I think the rules should be there too. That's how I look at it. The other players, basically.
Do you think that there's going to be another wrench in the plan, because that was something that they had already voiced at the beginning of this volume, in terms of we've already defeated the two hardest quests. I feel like Summer and what was the other one that they were fighting for this round of quests?
Burn. Yeah.
I feel like
baby.
there's going to be something else that's going to throw a wrench in that, because Revolution essentially means Ragnarok. So at any point in time, if they don't, or if they're not successful with those two remaining quests of this quest set, it's time for the final battle, whether you're ready or not.
Even the way Fugo said it, like, okay, we're gonna do this, we're gonna do Burn and Summer, and like, yep, and we'll just get stronger. I'm like, something's not gonna go well. She said like 3 different things. 2 of them, sure. 1 of them is not going well. For almost the spirit of us. Yeah. I think it's some of them. Like, maybe have us go against, like, I don't know which. I kind of want all of the remaining ones in the end, though. Like, there's not one I'm just like, maybe Sick. Okay, maybe Sick. And, no offense to you, Sick, but like, I mean, I want to see Change, War, Death, obviously Soul, and Luck. Those 5, and Injustice.
What I want to see is I want to see the Master Rules like fight alongside each other like the Negators do. Like, don't just give me
solo.
Like everybody fight Beast. Like, let them actually work together, and I think that would be really fun.
Think Luna?
If they fought Luna while we fought Soul, that would be hilarious.
See, the thing is, what side is Soul on? I don't even know at this point. Is he just on its own island? Because he's not on the human side. He's not on Luna's side. It's
weird. It's
really
she created him.
Luna's side?
Yeah, she created him, but he's on the opposite side of her. So I don't know, man. Like, I think he will gravitate towards us because, once again, he is Soul, and then we are people of Soul. So I think maybe he likes both, man. Maybe he's just like, yo, you guys are both guys. You guys are like, stop using us like we're NPCs or pawns. Like, I don't know, though.
Do we also feel that all of the Umas will be combative, or do we feel like any of them are going to join our side besides Soul? I feel like there's a chance Luck could join our side.
Luck, I don't see none of
I
the
feel like
ones.
Death could potentially.
You think so?
Well, because
maybe they would.
Because
she would
along
test
with
them first.
Soul, along with Soul, Death has the closest connection with humans, and a lot of the time, the Grim Reaper is shown to be very caring, taking people off at the end. Like,
I agree. I think Death won't be used like, we won't have to like antagonize Death. If that makes sense, we'll just look at her like, kind of like, okay, well, you're just kind of, it just is what it is type situation, which I like, because off rip, the 2 that I know 1000% ain't coming to our side is War and Change.
Oh, hell no.
Hell no.
They're about to smoke, and literally not just because his eye is smoking.
Time, I feel like he's gonna be like so annoying. I feel like he's gonna really, whatever he's gonna do is gonna be real annoying. It's gonna be tough to defeat him, I feel like. And then Justice. I don't think Justice needs to be in the end. I think Juiz. I think that would be a good way to have Juiz defeat Justice, I guess, or however that works.
I feel like there's got to be some interaction between Uma Justice and Julia for her to manifest. It's fine, I get it. for her to manifest injustice if she is going to get it in this loop.
Yeah. Yeah, I know change can change. Yeah. And maybe that's like the point. Like it looks like change wouldn't change because look at change. I said change like 3 times. But look at her. Well, who knows? Maybe that's in her DNA. In her DNA.
On that note.
All right, go ahead.
All right, guys, 210. We're getting close to the end here. Hashtag bars. Starline Festival, the idol festival organized by Kururu, the biggest battle festival in Japan, where the most popular idols engage in fierce competition. So this is like Battle of the Bands, but Battle of the Idols. I love this. Unison Shinkan Girls, conducted in tournament format. The last 2 teams standing will advance to the festival finals held a week later. We're up against Unison? Never heard of them. Word is that that's the unit Kaide hurried to scrounge together. Kururu's little Nepo girl, ouch, isn't even a blip on our radar. We'll be the ones facing Kururu in the finals. God damn, this is the panel that I saw. I was like, oh my god, Uma Language is here. Nope. Goodness gracious, the bad boys are in town. Puff, puff. We need to get rid of the bags. That's part of the aesthetic at this point, Mui. Good lord. Huh? The tournament started. You're not gonna watch? No, I'm sure everyone will be fine. I'll leave it to them until they reach the finals. Right now, we need to do 2 things. See if my father is on track to get with my mother, and prepare to prevent unchaste tragedy should it occur during the finals. We'll start with my father. Something's on fire? Whoa, what? A fire? There's no way your dad would die right before the festival. That's just ridiculous. Knowing my father, it's definitely a possibility. Why are you so confident about that of all things? Are you okay? We're here to save you. Foo. Sorry to barge in, Raita. Fuko wanted to show you her drawing. Paper Dad. Sure thing. Come on over, Fuko. Oh! We had some things to discuss with Miss Kaide, but when we got here, we saw smoke, so we thought it might have been a fire. This person is my father. Ah, sorry. I had to air out the room before it was too late. I'll shut the window. Those homemade French fries? Or cigarettes? Oh, good lord, dude. You're the cig smoker. Do you like Miss Kaide? Cough! Where's this coming from, huh? Am I that obvious? Nyuk. No, but you're smoking up a storm in here, despite never smoking a single cigarette at the cafe. And smoking is okay there. You're pretty sharp. But nah, I'm just been a fan since her debut. Someone like me could never... Oh wow, so what do you like about her? So you're treating me like liking her as a fact. Yes. What I like about her, I mean, you've seen one of her concerts, right? Yes, for the most part. Then you get it, don't you? Huh? Miss Kaide told me you helped her out so she could participate in the festival. Thank you. That means everything's fine now. I know she'll win the whole thing. And then she'll spread her wings and fly to a bigger world where she'll meet someone wonderful. I don't think I'll be able to make any moves for the time being. Hey, isn't this bad, huh? We assumed that Kaide succeeding at the festival would trigger the events that brings her and Reita together. But if we overdo it and she ends up unlocking something within her, she'll end up being a top idol. Which means he'll feel the gap between them and give up on pursuing her, right? Why are you getting all timid now? You two are a great pair. Besides, she needs your support, Mr. Reita. After all, Miss Kaide still has a lot of issues to sort through, like, her singing voice. I know. You could give her some advice? I'm sure as a longtime fan, you could. You don't get it. Huh? Miss Kaide's voice is already the best, and it always will be. Who is she? Wow. Look at this panel. You must have seen her perform for the seniors, huh? She tailored that performance. Only a pro could do that. For the hard of hearing, she intentionally projects her voice like that. That's what makes Miss Kaide so amazing. She doesn't sing and dance for the sake of her own show, but for the sake of her audience. I'm positive that she's crushing it and amping up the crowd as we speak. You got us. We know when we're beat. This festival is going to cause Miss Kaide's popularity to skyrocket, which is why I've decided to stop seeing her going forward. I don't want to get in the way of her dreams. Quick little side note, this is setting up to where she could develop a negator ability, and we never knew that she was a negator in the previous loop because we never got to meet her before Fuko killed her. So she could get a negator ability. You disappoint me, Raita Izumo. Huh? Hey, Miss Kaide has barely been holding it together. When I went to see her the other day, she mistook me for you at the door. She said, Mr. Raita, I'm so sorry. I just can't go to the festival. Huh? To her, you're already far more precious than any dream. She's in love. You made her fall in love. So don't use that as an excuse to try and run away, Raita Izumo. Hey, why do you look see-through? Calm down, Fuko. I'm sorry. You can count on Miss Kaide making the finals, and I'm counting on you to please be there. Mudada. It's futile, Unluck. Still, I'm impressed. I didn't expect her to hang on this long. I thought she'd act passively out of fear of creating a paradox, but she's pivoting this quickly, huh? So you do have a hand in this. What's up with her fading away like that? That's a phenomenon I've never seen before. Is it really a paradox? Nope. The vessel containing her soul is reaching its limit. The average person who is born into this world has their parents create a vessel for their soul confirmation. The soul dwells in it and becomes self-sustaining. The vessel lasts for 100 years. Hers has lasted longer than I expected. So what's going on with Victor and Andy? But her vessel is finally showing signs of wear. Unluck is already out of gas. She used a large amount of her soul in the fight against Beast. That was the tipping point. In order to restore a vessel, you need a soul that matches that vessel. Fuko Izumo's vessel needs the soul created from her parents' union, or it can't be repaired. You're playing a losing game, right? Knowing them, they'll make sure those two end up together. Probably, but that's why I set things up so her mother would be an idol. Because in the previous loop, I found just the right negator. It's up to you now. I've given you the help you wanted. Use that unchastity to ruin everything. Seek out Fuko Izumo and kill her, Sadaku Kurusu.
That was a chapter too, man. Like that, I could see that being the one that people would pick.
How does this series keep doing this? How does this series keep doing this? I just don't get it.
Let him cook. It was soul the whole time.
It was soul the whole time. Wow.
I mean, they're obviously not just going to sit back and let Fuko build the dream team, power them all up, and then be on their back feet as he gets attacked. Like, come on. They're called the Master Rules for a reason.
Yep. So how do you think this is gonna go then? In terms of the vessel issue right now with her.
I think Fuko will have to astral project, and both her parents will have to astral project so that they can have the long-awaited hug that she's been missing. That love will heal her soul.
Also, I'm going to headcanon this, but in the anime, the OSC, the first OSC, that's her mom singing. You know, at the end of the season as well, that's her mom. It's her mom's voice.
Okay.
This is a headcanon, you know.
Yeah.
Harmless. It's harmless headcanon.
Do it. All the headcanon.
Victor, Juiz, and Andy don't have parents, and Feng's vessel cannot fade, so they can't break.
Right. So there wasn't right because essentially, since they didn't have parents, when they were first created,
They were
their
like
vessel was made
indestructible.
in such a way that could not break. Right.
Mm.
Because there was no one to remake the vessel, and then when parents and sex, all of that got added, that started changing things. And that's
They
why
might have to use
Juiz-
remember a lot earlier
Right.
then.
Yeah. Right. And that's why Juiz never had to worry about this problem. That's why everyone is like, what's going on? Like, this shouldn't be happening.
Yeah. That's what I was thinking about Julia's situation, too. Makes sense.
And if you noticed, in the beast fight, when Fuko shot that soul bullet, she started bleeding out her nose.
Yeah.
Like,
Yep.
so, yeah, you know, follow through. It all plays together.
This power system, man, there's a lot going into it. Who would have thought?
So did Feng technically lose Unfade when he died?
I
Because
suppose
Ichico was able to keep hers? Is that the correct understanding?
right,
She
she had a
wanted to keep
conversation
hers?
with hers. We don't know what conversation Feng had.
Yeah.
It's unconfirmed right now, I suppose.
It's funny because with his, it really doesn't even matter.
Well, he wouldn't want to grow old at this point. He wants to stay in his peak.
Yeah, but I mean, he's been changing little by little
he's
over time.
changed.
Yeah.
Like, he
Well,
can't even stand on his cloud anymore. Like,
would be stuck.
that inner tube.
Like a floaty, like you said. But yeah, I think maybe that'll be his end goal. Like damn, you know what? With this series, man, there's a lot of themes to it. Like the love, soul, even like time or like age.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's also a big theme in the series too. And I think, and so many characters have a lot of similarities as well. So I think with him too, he might eventually be like, you know what? I do want to grow old, especially if you're a sensei and he's starting to like actually look at Shin and Mui as his students, as his pupils. I think, and then going back to his, remember when we went back to the people that died, that was, coming up with him. They grew old, they died, and then he had this whole self-reflection, like, oh man, like you guys, like, no, being the strongest, being young is what it's all about. And then you notice, like, oh, you know what, maybe they might be spitting, maybe, we'll see. But he didn't really have like a full turnaround. But maybe now he has a different outlook.
I could see it because he absolutely agreed of his own accord to teach Shin. He was like, rather than I'm gonna find all the others, let me make sure that my boy Shin knows this. Like, he sees them as his family, whether he will admit it or not. Like, he absolutely sees them that way.
And he likes new things. Like he literally like, oh, I can die and get stronger, bet. Maybe not. He's like, oh, I can grow old and I don't know, not even just get stronger. Maybe it's something different.
I wonder if Life is Strange could theoretically reverse the damage of the aging process of Fuko's soul. Like, who has the oldest soul? At this point, it would have to be Victor/Andy. So couldn't he, in his soul form, use the soul astral projection of Life is Strange to reverse the soul of Fuko? That's like a super headcanon. My God.
When I
was hearing that out loud.
When I was reading the chapter to myself, I was thinking like, for Fuko, now I don't know how they would do this. I mean, I guess it can work, but I don't know if they would want to bank on that. I was thinking of a way to like have her. Nah, that won't work. I mean, they would have to have the kid first. I don't know how that would work. If she would astral project into the newborn and then they have her age up by passing time again, but I don't think that can really go down like that. I don't think so, unless Nico's in charge of it, maybe. Because
well, that was something a couple of volumes ago. Someone that we were discussing is that artifacts can evolve. So who's to say that artifacts now can't work on the soul? Like if Aegis could be a soul shield, if Life is Strange could age up the soul,
or a heart.
Blade Runner Soul Crescent, exactly.
Maybe
so
we
like
need heart now.
Oh,
Maybe.
Okay.
Ooh, soul art.
I didn't even think about that. You said a soul arc. I did not think about that. That actually,
it needs to be done.
Yeah. Ooh.
I mean, I could see them technically going into Apocalypse because that's like the memory book of all memory books. They could go back to the origin of creation when he was first created. Mm-hmm. There's so much room for opportunity with this series.
Or Nico will tell us.
So something just occurred to me. So Soul was actually made by Luna, right? Yep. Even though she normally makes the artifacts, yada yada. What if Apocalypse was actually made by Soul, by Sun?
Oh, so you think
like
that would connect so many things.
Like he made the first artifact, she made the first,
right?
She made Soul, and then they switched what they were going to do.
Because they did confirm Apocalypse was the first artifact.
Right. And we know Soul is the first Uma. So, like, literally...
I like that.
Literally just now that hit me.
That's cool.
It makes sense. It makes a lot of sense. Because, like, why... Like, Apocalypse, why are you bigging up Sun's behalf? Like, why are you with the rules and stuff instead of Luna? He's never... Yeah...
Oh my God. And that gives like so much more credence to, and I'm sorry if I sound like a broken record, guys, I promise. I'm just trying to tie things in from past conversations. Like if Soul made Apocalypse, but Luna made Heart and put Heart inside of Apocalypse. Because then he's at odds with himself from his two creators.
Yeah.
That was fun.
You gotta be careful with Apocalypse, man. You might create something. You might create something crazy.
He's not at his phase 2 form yet.
That series is cool. Like a game off of this series will be lit.
Really cool. So cool.
All the artifacts, weapons, abilities, hard ass missions. Like, bro, imagine going against Sun.
Just don't make it a fighting game. Come on. We can do so much better with anime games than fighting games.
Yeah, aside from, yeah, for sure. Wouldn't Sun make a Pocky mirror Luna more though?
Yeah, it's supposed to be like a flipping, a mirroring of how they normally is.
Yeah, since Soul is similar stuff that happened with. I can't wait till we get to like the origins, man. That's gonna be a really good stretch of chapters because you have Victor, Juiz stuff, you have the souls on Earth, seeing how the Earth was probably formed, and then obviously with God, both gods. That's gonna be pretty lit. I can't wait for that.
Okay, that was an endorphin boost. So if you want, you can get into the next one.
All right. And yes, Kururu's design does look fire. Cookies pointed out that it was fire. Or a redesign, rather. All right. Chapter 211. This came out on June 23rd. All right. Okay, Shonen Jump, stop lagging on me, please. All right, chapter 211. An unexpected day in December 2020 in the previous loop, back when Fuko was still in the under hideout. Okay, don't you think Unchastity has too narrow of a range? It doesn't work on you, Miss Lala or Mr. Rip either. I feel like it doesn't work on people who have someone they really like or on people who've never been in love. Don't you dare tell that to Rip. Does it work on you, Bunny? I like Kururu. Nope, doesn't work, huh? She must have always liked her. The only one of our members it works on is Mr. Tello. Oh, that tidbit is off the record. Okay, don't use that on me ever again. That's such a bummer. It worked on all my fans. And that boy Tello don't love nobody, huh? Damn. Guess his trauma is tragedy. Yeah, he like, man, fuck everything. Wait, that means that you have someone you like, Fuko. Who is it? What's he like, huh? Oh, no, it's Undead, right? It's pretty obvious. What? Undead? I specifically chose each of you to counteract Unchast since you're not susceptible to its effects. You can all curb the riot during the show. I see. Who could argue with that logic? Married father of one. Yep. Bachelor, no girlfriend. Why me then, Mr. Teller? You needed to check if Unchast has manifested. We might be too late to circumvent the tragedy if we rely on observing changes in the fans, especially since they're all really passionate by default. All right. Now it's time for the first round of the semifinals. Kururu versus Kamachi Nanaido. Let's make some noise. She does look fire though. What's the matter? No way. That person. It's not the Kururu that I know. Jazz. Woo! What the hell? Amped up. Did Kururu always lean this hard into death metal? Wow. Huh? Guys, what's the match? Oh, shit. Oh, no. Oh, no. Unchast has already manifested. Even worse, our guys abandoned us for Kururu. I thought Unchast wasn't supposed to work on them. Using Soul to enhance abilities, that's something you guys had your eye on. I'm going to be using that strategy against you. Now that I've shared my power with her, Unchast has become an even more brutal ability than in the previous loop. It's evolved. Kururu, what's gotten into you? Everyone, what's going on with you all? We practiced so hard together. What about the final? Don't come any closer. She's concentrating right now. We won't allow you to disturb her. Wow. What are you talking about, Kaede? It's been 5 years since we've been on the same ticket, hasn't it? Finally, I get to fight you. Huh? Up until now, all I've wanted to know is what you have that I don't. I have that thing now. I'm done losing. I'll prove that in the final. Look at her, bro. In the finals. Kururu? What do you mean? You're done losing. I see you haven't caught on yet. I see you haven't caught on. Oh well, that's just like you. Kai, you cheating jerks. Who are you people? Why are you falling under her unchastability, you freaking idiot? This better not mean what I think it means. So our wedding vows were a joke to you? Well, wait a second, Miss Lala. I'm not taking this lying down. I want a divorce. You hear? A divorce. You're awfully cooperative today. Move, because it's funny. Mr. Billy, answer me. Where was the first place that you two met Miss Kururu? France, in her yard, on the battlefield as an opposing merc. Wow. There's no way I'd forget. At Kururu's family restaurant in China. Wow. Wait, what's going on? What is unchast anyway? My guess is negating the memories that they have with their loved ones or rewriting them to include Miss Kururu. Previously, it was an ability that drew fickle human hearts towards her, but it's changed this time around. She alters the feelings of her target and uses them to her advantage. Any counters from before won't work on it. Miss Producer, that overbearing performance wasn't like Kururu at all. Something must have happened, right? In that case, please leave this to me. This isn't good. If they go to the finals now and my father ends up seeing Miss Kururu sing, his feelings for Miss Kaede will get stolen by Miss Kururu. If that happens, neither of them will ever. Don't worry. Uh-oh. I'm an idol. I won't be losing Kururu. Hey, you're fading. It's subsiding, isn't it? Okay, then. But only if. Oops. It's the Starline Festival. It's the Starline Festival's grand finals. The mightiest idol in Japan, Kururu, is facing the one who seeks to slay the giant, her former partner, Kaede Akashi. Now, everyone. Shit. Let's get ready to make some noise. Oh boy. I can't wait to hear this in the anime. It's a fire page too. I really like it.
I want you to go back and read page 13.
13. Was the first place that you met France and her yard on the battlefield on opposing. Yeah. Mm-hmm. What about it?
Billy's wife was an opposing merc.
Oh wow, I didn't. Okay.
They replaced the memories of their loved ones with her.
Yeah.
And then she had like the shotgun, and she her daughter's like, "Yay, mommy's a killer!"
Right. Damn. Badass.
Unchased has one of the biggest power buffs.
Good.
Ever.
It was the weakest one from last one. I'm sorry.
No,
it was.
It was, but think about how powerful it is now. Like,
anyone that knows love is now under her guiles.
Yeah.
Right. She replaces the memory of your loved one with her.
That's crazy.
Right.
That reminds me of somebody else in another anime. There's probably a few of them. Remember, some kind of usually it's more like a memory manipulation.
Yeah.
Not what's her name from One Piece.
I saw that, Cookies. Oh, all good. I didn't see it, so.
Yeah, I deleted it in the YouTube chat, but I can't delete it off the.
Oh yeah. I was reading
the StreamYard.
When I was reading the chapter, I seen a chat. I seen people talking. I was like, "Oh, Max, man, why?"
little too overbearing for the time being, but we're gonna have a girl band versus a grunge band fight. Man,
I need to hear this now. Man, Tezuka is so creative. Like, every time I read this damn manga, it gets more and more creative with the fights, with different, like the world. But he has it. What does he not have in this manga? Genuinely.
you're not gonna get an answer from me. So
I mean, he has it all. Like, it's all here.
The one thing that he doesn't have per se yet is something that will happen. It's a 3-letter word.
Conclusion. The end.
No. Sex.
Well, got to use unchast.
With Foucault and Andy, the big boom, basically. Big boom.
We got that R18 chapter coming right up.
But other than that, it literally has everything. Like, it's not missing shit.
Okay, like jokes aside, this is gonna sound like a joke. I promise it's not. Do you feel like Andy and Fuko are gonna round the bases before or after the final fight?
During.
You think?
During?
No.
That's what I used to think.
It'd be
Like
funny
something
though.
like that.
It'd be funny though.
But like
It-
now, since they both approve, I'm like, they don't even need to do that.
It
But
I feel like
depends
it's gonna be
on
the
how
reward
soon
afterwards.
they reconvene.
It's
Like,
literally gonna be called the Big Bang, by the way. Literally, what I'm calling it right now. That attack name or whatever, quote unquote attack, is gonna be
Oh
called the
my
Big Bang.
god. That's the true dead end.
Yep.
I am crying. That is too damn funny. The Big Bang. Nico, your supernova black hole wormhole means nothing.
Nope. Nada. The Big Bang. Oh man. It would be like kind of like in Naruto when Naruto used the sexy jutsu on Kaguya. In the end, it would be like that, like using something that's like, not to say it's like I guess somewhat of a gag, but actually, like, oh no, we actually needed it in this fight. Just in this case, it's way more lethal and efficient and proficient. Man.
You're awfully cooperative today, Move, because it's funny. Okay, then.
the comedy,
this
these past
series.
volumes, like the past three volumes, the comedy
So good.
has been fire.
See, comedy too, something that every, especially shonen, needs, man. Some of the comedies are like a lot of
Comedy
mangaka-
without gags? Oh my
Exactly.
gosh.
That's exactly what I'm saying. Most mangaka use gags for their comedy. I'm like, come on, you don't.
No,
need that all the
I
time.
gotta admit, I've been kind of feeling the overused Fuko is shocked, looking off into the distance face. It's getting a little old. That's just me. You might feel differently.
I don't really care about it like at all.
It's a little bit too much. Like, if I see it one more time in this volume, I might be upset. Visibly.
It don't really bother me.
That one chapter was crazy, but at the same time,
Her eyes
she
is
found
probably-
out people died, came back to life, got married. Like,
Well, yes, but
I would need to sit down.
I think it just it's one of those things where it's supposed to basically show that Fuko's is always the same since the beginning. Not that we forget about that, but it's just like that's just her, that's just her personality. But it is used for a gag comedy thing. But
sure.
my thing is that other mangaka, they depend on that. I don't think Tezuka depends on that with Fuko because it doesn't do nothing really. So I'm glad.
I really
he
like
doesn't
how a lot of
do
his
that.
jokes are in the background. He doesn't give them a lot of focus in the panels to where you're not really going to notice it unless you're really looking at them.
And there's so many different comedies. Like, for example, with me, the funniest ones for me is like when Nico is just like hella frustrated. That's just funny to me, just seeing somebody just so snappy, naggy Nico. Like, yeah, he's just that's exactly who he is. And then Feng, whenever he's just like not looking like the alpha male in the situation, and some goofy shit happens to him, like that's always funny. Yeah, the nosebleeds, pervert getting slapped. Yeah, that's like, come on. Like, why did they think that's funny? Like, it's not funny. He didn't laugh. That Roger meme, the edited one, he didn't laugh.
He didn't laugh.
Jesus Christ.
All right, 212.
Sure. All right, guys. Penultimate chapter. Kind of bittersweet, but another fire color page. Also, like, his color pages are super underrated. I feel like they've just gotten so much better as he keeps releasing them. The one that sticks out
For sure.
of recent is the Uma Beast one. That one just gave me chills. All right. Chapter 212, Live at Live. Latla, you adorable. Angry cinnamon roll. You'll never get another chance like this. I can convince them to bring you on too. Nah, I'm not skilled enough yet. Don't worry about me, Kururu. They just don't understand how talented you are. You have something that I don't. You're the only one worthy enough to be by my side. It's fine. It'll work hard. I'll work hard. So I can stand by your side with my head held high. I just need to stay here a little longer to do that. I have a feeling that I'm going to come across something special. Yamaguchi, can you patch me into Kaide? Huh? Oh, right. Sure thing. 1 second. Kaide, for the grand finals, let's skip this week going first, going second thing. We'll do one song and alternate singing each phrase. The fans will be the judges. You assembled your crew at the last second, right? If they don't have a grasp on the routine, we can go one-on-one. Don't worry, I had to memorize it. I had a feeling you'd propose this, Kururu. Alright, now I'm free. Once I mail this, it's an hour by cab. I won't make it. Oh, you will, so long as you're a good guy. I love Sean so much, you little dork. The heck? You can just write it just like that? Makes me feel stupid for taking so long. What? What is this? Kinto-un? The one from Journey to the West? Leave it to an author to be in the know. I don't have enough power on my own. You need to put feeling into it too. You want to see Kaide perform, don't you? Yes! Woohoo! Hey, not half bad. All right, double spread. That's their debut song, Love Die Till I Drop Dead. I'll be aiming for you, but your face is always so far away. Just the way that this lighting is utilized, the first panel to the second, to the third, fourth, fifth, sixth. This is cinema. No, this is art. Don't you pity me? Neither of us have a future together. Uh-oh. Are you sure about this, Fuko? At this rate, he's going to fall under Unchast spell and, skill-wise, I have a slight edge on Kaide. If this keeps up, the gap will only widen. We're both even. No complaints here. Dummy, you only have so many phrases. Why give them to some stand-in? Trying to mock me, are you? Who cares? Leave her be. We had a deal. Do it. Throb. I think Soul's talking to her. Raita Izumo is in the sky. Snipe him with Unchast. In the sky. The Union's member souls are getting in the way. He has yet to fall completely under your influence. Is this where Sean ends up with Unchast? I'm completely here for it if she misses. Concentrate your power and win him over in one shot. No, I don't need to do anything like that. I can make a guy like him eat out of the palm of my hand with just my power alone. If you think you have a say in this, think again. Kaide has already figured out how to control souls unconsciously. When was that mentioned? You managed to perceive the gap between the two of you before you had even awakened to your negation abilities, which deserves praise. But to close that gap, you borrowed a substantial portion of my soul. I'm calling the shots here. If you won't do what I ask, let's go forward. I'll just make you do it. Kururu? Bring on the bloodbath. Unchast. Boom. There it is. The soul bullet loaded with Unchast. Miss Kaide, when I give the signal, I need you to sing with everything you've got. Pour it all into that special crush. Till I drop dead. It'll work. Miss Kaide's soul bullet will cancel out the other one before it hits. Did it work? Looks like Kururu's hit. She made it? Scatter? Oh, she's taking over the crowd. Mom, he got nailed. A direct hit. It's a total blowout. The winner is Kururu's band, Crusade. Wow, and that's actually going to save Fuko. Kururu, are you okay? You lost and you're worried about the competition? How typical. Well, you're not acting like yourself, Kururu. But boy, I did lose, huh? Still, I've got no regrets. I see. Miss Kaide, that was the sickest performance I've ever seen. I came too late to get a scoring button. Mr. Raita? Wait, what is that cloud you're on? It's called Kinto-un. It's how I made it in time. Unchast didn't work? There's no way. No, it definitely hit Sean. And whoa, Miss Kururu. Hello? There? But why? There had to be a moment where you felt swayed by me, right? All right, for a moment, yes. But I know the idol I first fell in love with would never sing for just one person. Shout out to Fuko's dad. Once I remembered that and saw Miss Kaide's performance, I knew she was the one. No matter where she is or who she's with, she's the idol who always has fun with everyone. And she does it with a smile on her face. That's what I love about you, Miss Kaide. Looks like it's starting to get reformed. Boom. What the hell? Miss Fuko, your body's back to normal. Hip. Show over? Everything's fine now. Mr. Nico, you can take it away. Roger that. Miss Producer, thank you so much for everything. If you wouldn't mind, I'd love to know your name and... Huh? What was I about to say? How did I get here again? Hey, you sure about leaving without saying goodbye? I am. Okay, see you once everything is over. Take care, Mom and Dad.
Notice the duct tape on Kururu's mouth?
Disrespect your surroundings. Wow. Yeah, that was...
Kururu Hamiha.
I think Sean on Kinto-un alone might be a top 10 moment for me in the manga. Like, it's close to top 5. Just seeing him come so far on his own.
Yeah.
Like,
because he was falling through it at the beginning of the loop, right?
Right.
That's what I thought.
Damn, Sean Loki's probably been the most clutch character in this loop.
Could you
not even just
also
on the
argue he's grown the most?
For sure. And not even just on the battlefield, like just relationships, advice. Like, he had advice to Chikara.
I would say
to Fuko, like
yeah. I would say him and Feng are fighting for the most clutch
Feng
on this
too.
loop, which is wild to put Sean and Feng in the same sentence as like
the two bastards
comparing each other for greatness. Like
early on, I was like,
Welcome,
hey, bro,
Estelle.
two bastards, man. But they've been the most clutch though.
Do you feel bad for the Sean slander now?
No, because that's Sean 100. You know, this is
It was as Tozuka said, all according to plan.
This is a reset, Sean. You know, it's a reset, Sean.
It's not Sean 100.
Not Sean 100. Sean 100 just he's like one of those early, like I said, East Blue. He's an East Blue villain.
He's a Hachi.
He's Don Creek.
He's a Hachi.
Don Creek.
No, I'd give him the Hachi role. We hated him at first, and he had his turnaround in Sabaody.
Yeah.
Aye.
We're finally here.
Or we could say he's the Buggy.
No, I don't even like Buggy now. I refuse.
I'm trying to think.
Did we see what Julia was doing in all this, or is she just making faces in the background?
She was holding a pane of unchanged glass, so Fuko wouldn't touch anyone.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah, it's really discreet, but she's like holding a pane of glass between her and her mom, so like they can still pose together and stuff.
Wow. You can barely see that. It's just like a little crosshatch in the middle. I love how that they gave her mom a union emblem, though.
Yep. Once again, who would have thought? I'm just saying, we're just going to go pick up, recruit new members of the Negators, and then we had most of the focus was on Kaede when I thought it was going to be Kururu. So yeah, your title, I mean, it was still right. It was still a Kururu performance, but just as much as Kaede for this arc.
Do we feel that she is now a sleeper agent, given that Soul's soul was put into her? Do we feel like that can now come out now, or does she now have more agency?
That's a tough call. Also, page 12 is where you can really see the pane of glass really well in the bottom left panel. But I think it depends on what the process is for Soul getting his soul back, because at this point in time, is she really going to be of any use now that the whole point,
Also, didn't they say that like the soul eventually returns to the body?
Right. Yeah. They did say that in the Beast fight.
I could definitely see Soul doing the whole Mortal Kombat, your soul is mine. He's going to take everybody's soul.
Jenny, definitely. It also opens up the door for other betrayals, which we're going to have to get this soul arc soon.
It's
or some
also,
sort of like soul barrier.
It's also a throwback to God controlling spring in the spring arc.
Yeah.
Well, back when we knew him as God, but we now know it was Sun. But...
Someone try it. Can't wait to see what's going to go on with Ruin. Ruin is going to be a real interesting. It's going to be an asshole for sure. But who knows?
Urine.
Hey man, he's gonna also get his growth. You know what I'm saying? Like,
okay, we just got to eat crow for every slander that's thrown in this series.
Yep,
that's how you know it's a good series. Like,
well, there's no wasted character. there truly is no wasted character, and I do want to commend him for that as well, because we could not have disliked Sean, Ruin, even hell, like Nico to a certain extent for what he did in the last loop. And now it's just like these glow ups.
Plus, Nico made me feel good because he even acknowledged, like, yeah, I did some fucked up shit in that loop.
He did.
Like, there you go, thanks. I didn't want to look like a villain in that. I was just calling it how it was. Like, damn, you had your whole crew just die like that, dog. But obviously, the trauma, and then he acknowledged it a few chapters ago. So I'm good.
Right. Absolutely, and I like that he acknowledged that even in this loop, he changed from the person he was when Fuko first met him. He acknowledged that he changed, and he's not the same scientist he was, because he would have just freely sacrificed people.
Kind of got like 3 different Nikos.
A little bit, yeah.
Third one's more of a fuse. version.
The fusion dance.
Yep.
Interesting.
Yeah, y'all were talking.
Snakes.
Y'all were talking in one of the previous streams about how Billy's kind of taken a back seat, and I low key feel like part of the reason is because his family is there. Like he's got his daughter, he's got his wife, and I think because of that, subconsciously Fuko would just not be putting him on the front lines because she doesn't want his daughter to go through what she went through when she lost her parents, you know?
So fuck all the bachelors then is what you're saying, right?
I'm saying
Ain't
that's
got no
what
one that loves
Fuko
them.
might be saying. I mean, there's a lot of weird rules that work like that.
I mean,
No wasty character. Hey man, eye patch guy, he wasn't wasted. He did what he needed.
he's
to
now
do.
living a non-eye patch life.
And Sunflower Teacher Lady, I mean, you're not wrong. Actually, you're not wrong about that. I think. I hope we kind of spin back to that. Maybe we will. Since
Do you
now
think they're
we're-
going to unleash Remember in Longing?
That would be wild.
Yeah, she had a small arc, but I feel like, from what I remember, it was bittersweet, right? Well, yeah. But since they did the whole Kurudu and Kaede thing, maybe she'll get intertwined with. It wouldn't be Tatiana because Russia, right? No more U.S. huh? Unless Ruin. I don't know. I don't know where he's from. He's probably from Idaho.
No, he's from Transylvania. Duh.
He's from Idaho, man. I told you.
Why?
He's
why
not from Idaho.
Slanders?
He's
Come
not
on.
from Idaho. I can
Sorry,
promise
man.
you that.
Come on.
He's not
Hey,
from.
man, what they only-
Tozuka
they only
watches
know for
these
potatoes,
streams.
I mean, you know I wasn't
He's from
born in
Idaho.
Idaho, right?
man. All right, then Iowa. Okay. No, that's-
There we go. There we go.
Illinois.
Or
no,
Ohio.
no, a lot of
Go
Illinois
with the
people
memes.
are out there. They're like, no,
No Ohio.
no Ohio. Ohio.
All right, guys. So I'm going to get out of here again. Vontae is going to get into the second dual reaction chapter of the stream, and then we'll wrap it up with any final conversations, theory crafting, and then we're going to be on a weekly schedule with LU. So, yeah.
Yep. So we're here, chapter 213. 213 is such a, it's such an interesting chapter number. Like, if you know, you know. There's another series where something happens in a 213, something like that. If you know, you know. You know. Anyway, we're finally here, and then I'm interested to see how this manga feels week to week, because every time I read these chapters, I'm like, these are good chapters. It doesn't feel like stuff is missing or nothing like that, so it's all good, man. It's enough. And we're starting a new arc too, so we really caught up at the right time. Brand new arc. Yes, sir. Chapter is called Recollection. Recollect. I don't know why I said it like that. All right. Make sure this is good. 213 Recollection. Come on, showing the jump apps. Stop it. Stop it. What the hell? Go back. Go back. Skipping pages? No. All right. Your body, has your body stabilized? Yes. In fact, I think it's sturdier now. Sturdier. Ever since our fight with Beast, I could feel some kind of energy leaking out of my body. Now it seems that sensation is gone. I'm not sure what stopped it, though. Could it be because your mom and dad got together? I guess it doesn't matter as long as you're okay. I'm sorry for making you in the background. I'm sorry for making you worry, but I am a little curious. According to Kururu, Soul was the one pulling the strings from behind the scenes this time. We managed to save me and claim Kururu. We accomplished everything we set out to do. If what my parents did simply defied his expectations, then I'd leave it at that. But there must be something I'm overlooking. Fuko, this is Void. We've claimed Bunny from the orphanage as planned. What the hell? Returning to base. Big sissy Layla, are you gonna be my mommy? Yep, welcome aboard, Bunny. Yay, a goo. What the hell? Okay. Interesting. Okay. Everyone, it's time I tell you something. Oh, this is like kind of mirroring the at Stonehenge when Juice told him about the loop. Or at least it feels like it, kinda. We're former teammates and former enemies. As Negators, we all had desires we wanted to make come true. We have clashed on countless occasions. All the memories. Look at that. Oh, it's a dope ass page. We may be on the same page, on the same side now, but before we plotted to swipe each other's seats, stole the round table from one another, fought over loop. Okay, now it's starting to feel like we're getting really, really into the end game for sure now with this chapter. So now I'm kind of gauging it a little differently now. I think I'm still gonna say 370, somewhere around there. We'll see though. But fought over loop privileges and betrayed each other for the sake of our loved ones. Because we faced one deadly battle after another, we looped before we had the chance to truly understand one another. Even so, in the very end, every single one of you believed in me and entrusted me with taking the loop. My first thought after looping was that I needed to reunite with all of you as soon as I could. Look at this. Look at the paneling, man. I love how this looks. Each of you put your faith in me and helped me grow, but the people you are in this loop are different than the versions of you I knew in the past. I was so afraid, but when I first met Mr. Nico, I thought to myself, this is the Nico I don't know, yet do know. Damn, crying. Did I phrase that weird? Well, either way, that's how I honestly felt, and that made me so happy. From then on, I kept reuniting with more of you who I don't know yet do know, and you were so strong, cool, and kind. Exactly. I figured if I could just prevent your tragedies, we wouldn't have to fight, and we could all become friends. That's really something else. And now we have all our teammates except one, Tatiana, the Negator known as Untouchable. Untouchable. What kind of ability is it? Does it literally prevent you from touching her? Untouchable is self-targeting compulsory activation type. Her body constantly emits a field of untouchable energy, meaning she can't touch anything. And if she's not careful, a person could easily get crushed by her ability if they get too close. In the previous loop, when her ability manifested, that power crushed both her parents to death. That's awful. Wait, isn't Tatiana that famous model? If her ability were to manifest, yes, she wouldn't be able to wear the clothes she loved or work as a model anymore. Okay, yeah, she does look a little older in this, huh? A little bit. Man, these negation abilities are just as nasty as usual. So what's the plan this time? Do we let it manifest or try to stop it? You know, like with Nico, but she's still a kid. I'm not sure, but I made a promise that we'd be friends again. Though it might impede in her current happiness. We all bore harsh pasts in the previous loop. Even so, those pasts are important to us. I want to fill them with joy, whether she fights alongside us or not. Once we've prevented Tatiana's tragedy and have everyone in order, I plan on using Remember. Woo! We've been waiting for this for a long time. They're like, oh shit. I've been meaning to talk to all of you about it. I mean, obviously they don't, other than Nico, I think. Well, besides that, just their reactions kind of like mine, but for different reasons. That's what I'm trying to say. Remember is an artifact that awakens memories from previous loops, so you're finally going to use it, huh? You sure put this decision off for a while. Well, I put it off until now because I wanted to have a sole reason to fight. Past responsibilities, regrets, and repentance. I didn't want any of that lingering around, and now I want to head toward the end with everyone from the past. All the good and bad that connects us to this moment. All the abilities, you will carry them all and overcome them. And together with a team I met through the hardships of fate, I want to create a future where neither the 10 superior rules nor God exist, and we can all smile together the greatest future. That's a fire panel too, no pun intended. So what do you say? May I use Remember? Roger. Thank you, everyone. Woo, we caught up just in time, man. Now let's go and save her. Our last member, Tatiana. Now we're all caught up, man.
If you look at the chat, you can absolutely see people have some mixed reactions about the chapter, saying it's rushed and
Okay.
with Agu not having her
Agu.
arc. But
yeah,
I think Agu hasn't had her arc because we don't even know if she has her negation ability, and that's when the arcs happened. And like I said a few chapters back, at the beginning of Kuru's arc, Let Tezuka Cook, we got to see what follows. You know, I don't like taking a single chapter standalone and judging it. Give me the whole arc. I'll see how that chapter was built upon.
That's exactly how I felt when I read it. I was like, oh, we got her. I'm like, okay, I'm sure. I mean, because yes, we have her, but like we're going to use her in terms of on the battlefield just because she was a part of the fight before. So I think what Tezuka is probably doing now is that maybe the tragedy will strike with her because we never get. That's one character that we didn't know exactly what happened at all. So that's still going to happen. And
exactly.
With Ruin and Lucy,
and the tragedy is going to be more interesting. The fact when if it happens with everyone here, like what if Fuko goes to use and remember and Unback activates and you can't access it anymore, like something big could happen with it. So I'm okay with this chapter.
And then with Ruin and Lucy, I'm not even worried about that because Ruin has already been stated to, or already put on the roadmap like twice, 3 times now, from what we've seen it from the first time. So, or probably twice, but we're going to run into him again and it's going to happen. I just think that with Fuko, I mean, it's like, from what she knows, because she don't really know shit about Ruin like that, for real. Like, not much, just that he was on the other side and as a negator. But, as for the Kurudu stuff, I see what you guys are talking about. I don't care too much because I think it will obviously, more of that's going to come up as Soul starts to use, he's going to start manipulating more and more people. So I don't mind it. But I see what you're talking about. The real delusional crowd of people still waiting on Unbalance. I don't even care about Unbalance.
I know, right?
I never really cared that much. I was like, okay.
I don't know. And we haven't really seen what happens when a negator chooses someone. So the fact that Agu doesn't have her ability yet, so it seems like we could actually see someone with the unback ability, pass and then choose her, have that conversation, and we could actually see that happen because we haven't yet. And I think that would be pretty important to the story,
Want to care about Kurudu, but apart from her design, this arc didn't really do that. I see what you mean. It's kind of true because I even said it too. Like it really focused more on Kaede, even though she was obviously that was her former friend and whatnot. But I mean, we will see more from her. So maybe we just got to kind of wait. Kind of like with Sean, the Sean situation. Like we learned briefly about him and his dad and stuff. But or like Chikara, maybe she'll probably be like that. Even though I know you might say like, oh, Chikara, we seen him in Loop 100, so he was already, he already got like enough for us to care about him. But maybe I personally, with Kurudu's character, for me personally, I just I wasn't like anticipating much from her. I guess because she was kind of in the back of my mind when it came to the under members in general. But I can acknowledge that could be an issue, but I think there will be more for her. I think it's a lot more story that can be told, especially with her relationship with Kaede. I think something good can come out of that for sure.
Do you think you've been talking long enough to make Twitchy nervous?
But you guys can tell him to come on in now. Say, we summon you, Twitchy. We summon you for the last chapter. We really caught up in time, though, man. Like, really, the last mission of recruiting a member, and then remember. Yep, sometimes the characters portrayed by the relationships. Yeah. I mean, plus she did a solid for Kaede already. You know, she already had got her there, even though where they said that she wasn't like as good as an idol as her, but she got her friend on board anyway, or initially. So, and then again, though, I mean, realistically, all characters, like, especially with this series, this is a lot of really good characters. So it's like, I think Tezuka does a great job with literally 99% of them.
I'm saying,
you know, but yeah, Vince, I can see what you mean. All right, 213.
I kind of don't want to read it.
That's funny. Sherm literally said, like, it was like, you know, you've been talking a while. I wonder how Twitchy will feel. Like, how does he feel? Ready?
Not really, but here we go.
Got up right on time, though. Like, for real, this was like a good time to catch up.
That's what I've been hearing, yeah. And guys, I was spoiled on like who the next person is that we're going towards for an arc, but I don't know any of the details. So just full disclosure. All right, just final reminder before I get into this, the last chapter reaction of our live stream, prolonged live stream series. Just like the video if you're enjoying today's stream or anything that we've said in today's video, if you're watching this in post. But let's get right into it. 213 Recollection. Has your body stabilized? Yes. In fact, I think it's sturdier now. Sturdier. Ever since our fight with Beast, I could feel some kind of energy leaking out of my body. Now it seems that sensation is gone. I'm not sure what stopped it though. Could it be because your mom and dad got together? I guess it doesn't matter as long as you're okay. She like biting, Julia? Good lord, what are you doing? I'm sorry for making you worry, but I am a little curious. You're giving her a chokehold. Protect this child. According to Kururu, Soul was the one pulling the strings from behind the scenes this time. So, at least they know. We managed to save me and claim Kururu. We accomplished everything we set out to do. If what my parents did simply defied his expectations, then I'd leave it at that. But there must be something I'm overlooking. Fuko. This is Lloyd. We've claimed Bunny from the orphanage as planned. We're returning to race. Big Sissy Layla, are you going to be my mommy? Yep. Welcome aboard, Bunny. Yay, a goo. God, she looks so frail, so small. Roger, have a safe trip back. Roger that. Bunny is safe too. Maybe I'm overthinking it, but it's now or never. She kneels down. Everyone, it's time I tell you something. What's with the formal tone? All of us were former teammates and former enemies. Is this remember? As negators, we all had desires we wanted to make come true. We have clashed on countless occasions. We may be on the same side now, but before, we plotted to swipe each other's seats, stole the round table from one another, fought over loot privileges, and betrayed each other for the sake of our loved ones. Because we faced one deadly battle after another, we looped before we had the chance to truly understand one another. Even so, in the very end, every single one of you believed in me and entrusted me with taking the loop. My first thought after looping was that I needed to reunite with all of you as soon as I could. Each of you put your faith in me and helped me grow, but the people you are in this loop are different from the versions of the you I knew in the past. I was so afraid, but when I met Mr. Nico, I thought to myself, this is the Nico I don't know, yet do know. Did I phrase that weird? Well, either way, that's how I honestly felt, and that made me so happy. He's starting to break down a little bit. From then on, I kept reuniting with more of you who I don't know, yet do know, and you were so strong, cool, and kind. I figured I could just prevent your tragedies. We wouldn't have to fight, and we could all become friends. Such a beautiful montage. We have truly gone through the ringer with this series. There's really something else. That's really something else. And now we have all our teammates except one. Tatiana, the negator known as Untouchable. Untouchable? What kind of ability is it? Does it literally prevent you from touching her? Untouchable, a self-targeting compulsory activation type. Her body constantly emits a field of untouchable energy, meaning she can't touch anything. And if she's not careful, a person could easily get crushed by her ability if they get too close. In the previous loop, when her ability manifested, that power crushed both of her parents to death. That's awful. Wait, isn't Tatiana that famous model? If her ability were to manifest, yes, she wouldn't be able to wear the clothes she loved. She talked about it. Or work as a model anymore. Man, these negation abilities are just as nasty as usual. So what's the plan this time? Do we let it manifest or try to stop it? You know, like with Nico? But she's still a kid, right? I'm not sure, but I made a promise that we'd be friends again. Though it might impede her current happiness, we all bore harsh past in the previous loop. Even so, those pasts are important to us. I want to fill them with joy, whether she fights alongside of us or not. Once we've prevented Tatiana's tragedy and have everyone in order, I plan on using Remember. I've been meaning to talk to all of you about it. Remember is the artifact that awakens memories from previous loops. So you're finally going to use it, huh? Says Billy. You sure put this decision off for a while. Well, I put it off until now because I wanted to have a sole reason to fight. Past responsibilities, regrets, and repentance. I didn't want any of that lingering around. And now, I want to head towards the end with everyone from the past. All the good and bad that's connected to us this moment. You would carry them all and overcome them. And together, with a team I met through the hardships of fate, I want to create a future where neither the 10 superior rules nor God exist, and we can all smile together, the greatest future. So, what do you say? May I use Remember? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, cool. So they did remove the two of them already. Roger that. Thank you, everyone. Now, let's go and save her. Our last member, Tatiana. How tragic would it be,
Tatiana,
if they were unable to prevent her tragedy?
I'm saying there's a sense of uneasiness in this chapter, and something. I feel like something bad is coming. As you can probably tell in the chat, this was another chapter that people have very conflicting feelings on.
Is
I'm
it
fine with
because
it.
of the fact that she's now choosing to use Remember, or more so about the fact that
So
Tatiana's power will not get
it's
used?
it's because it's because of how Kuru's story ended. It's the fact that Agu didn't get an arc, but on that note,
Well,
I feel
yet.
like I feel like she didn't have an arc because she doesn't have her negation ability unbacked.
Mhm.
That's typically when the arcs happen. And I think if she doesn't have her ability, it would be nice to see the previous user die and choose her from that perspective so we can actually see that initial conversation happen and how that works.
Mhm.
All right,
But
Lauren, good night.
yeah,
Peace.
good night, Lauren.
Thank you
And
for joining.
also, Fuko mentioned in the chapter that there's something off. Like, there's something she's overlooking. So, something bad is going to happen one way or another. I was kind of tossing the idea with Vontae around that Unback could activate when Fuko goes to use and remember, and then she can't get access remember.
How so? Can you explain what you mean by that?
Well, like, because we don't know how long Agu had the ability and how long it took her to like figure out how to give things back. So if her ability activates and seals remember, then it
Oh,
can't.
putting
Yeah,
it in an egg.
right.
Hmm.
You know, it's
So, but
funny.
that was just something I was tossing around.
When they use Remember and they see Ruin kill Fuko, they about to be. They're gonna have that one panel like in Bleach when the visors are on Ichigo, or in Black Clover with for Finral.
Isn't
Like,
it interesting that he hasn't been even like name dropped? I don't think we've seen him outside of a color page yet. Why is Fuko kind of keeping him? Like, she hasn't brought this man's existence out to anyone.
So probably because she knows if they knew that he killed her, that they wouldn't let her work with him, or maybe.
But isn't she planning on using Remember now? So doesn't that kind of make it a moot point?
Well, it does now, but maybe she didn't capture him because of that, and she just wants people, like, she doesn't want to go after him if he comes after her. Like, she wants to find a way to avoid a fight with him to save him, not necessarily be like, hey, we're friends now, come join the team.
I think Andy probably confronted him with a clone. I can see that happening.
Ooh.
Or he's going back to what I was thinking. Well, I guess Bunny, I mean, she was at that orphanage, but I still got a prediction of Ruin being from an orphanage, but we'll see. So maybe his story didn't start yet, per se.
What if Uma Justice underneath that helmet is actually Ruin?
Could be. I mean, I don't see why not. I don't know. That's the thing about helmets. Like,
yeah, you're right. Usually it's somebody you know, or they're just like scarred up, burned up, something, or because why would Justice need to have a helmet? Like why? I mean, I understand like the whole, I guess the aesthetic of like a royal, powerful, but like doesn't need a helmet because the helmet is more like a knight versus a king or a queen. So,
oh, good point. Someone they say that Ruin came from the sun along with Seal, so he's down for any Ruin theories.
Once again, interesting. Okay, so like how we said, so we learned that Luna created a rule, which is soul, and so did the sun make. So the sun made Ruin, which is a negator.
Yep.
Because earlier we were talking about Apocalypse, like, it feels the opposite. If Sun created him, so maybe that's the. That's. I don't know. Player 1, player 2, they're just I don't know what they're doing. Luna and Sun, that I don't know. What are you guys doing? Just flipping the controllers to each other. Don't know. A Crusader look.
Is that confirmed, Osis? Is that confirmed? Or is that just what we assume to be? Because it also makes sense if he was a master role. Because if he can't die...
I mean, look
at what happened to Sick. He got chopped in half with unrepair, and he is still alive.
On that note, I think he's stitched back together because Rip didn't know how to basically unrepair his soul. So he only
got the physical body.
He only cut the physical body, exactly.
Ruin he is only because they showed the negator ability being unruined, but you're saying like if we're being like misdirected from the get-go basically.
Yeah,
could be. I wouldn't be surprised. Like it's not like the characters in the series sees the words unruined or anything. You know? So yeah.
That's true. That's true. I mean, and plus I would assume that given the whole interaction between Andy and the top 10, I don't think that how do I want to say this? It wasn't like those top 10 were all fighting back. They were not all trying to get out of his soul chains. So because of that, I feel like him and Andy might be playing the long game. But then it goes back to like Fuko saying there's something off. You want me to remove the cam?
No, it's good. It's good.
Okay.
I was just checking it's going to die in a little bit. That's all right. It's like at 14%.
Vince,
13%.
Thank you so much for joining.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Because I know it's late over there. Well, like 5 a.m., right? When it gets to like...
No, we're just... we're having a conversation till the end. We're holding off on the tier list for now.
Yeah. But we're all caught up. We're here with you guys. All these theories, everything. Everyone died in 99. Only something that's bad is about to happen for sure, though. Like... It's getting now. Remember when we were like kind of worried or a little cautious, like Fuko, a lot of her successes is coming down to. It's gonna get bad because even with this chapter, I'm like, oh yeah. Remember?
Here's a thought.
It's not happening.
Does she even remember him?
Fuko? I mean,
what if she doesn't and he kills her again?
No, that's what I'm saying. Like, She keeps saying Tatiana's the last one. That wasn't the last one on the roadmap.
Oh, I see what you mean. So it's like, okay. Oh shit.
Because she hasn't like acknowledged his existence at all.
True.
Could Soul have been interfering with her soul this entire time?
Wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah.
But let me think. Did she? I mean, she would know Rule. I mean, she's seen him when she was spectating.
No. I know, but like, I'm just speculating that somehow, somewhere, she just forgot.
Oh.
Because there was that one panel in one of these chapters to where it was like, we have 3 more left, and then it showed like this little white dot off in the distance.
Yeah.
And I thought that was meant to represent him, because I just don't think Lucy's going to be like touched upon anytime soon. But I don't know. It seems weird that he was such a focal point at the color chapter cover, to where Fuko was looking at them as she was leaving. He was listed on the roadmap, but now I don't think she's talked about him once in this new loop. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Maybe she will. Like she will be like, okay, now we're looking for somebody like a bonus mission. Like we're looking for I think I can see it happening like this. When she uses remember, people will be like, who the hell is that guy that offed you? Who is that? And then that's when we will have the mission to go get him. And everybody, what? Especially Nico, what? What do you mean? Why?
Lucy is right here. Jenny.
Yep. And then I guess too, once again, I think so it's interesting that Ruin and Lucy are two that she didn't mention. And then those are two people that Andy has dealt with or been with. So that's why I think he might interfere with Ruin via clones and maybe Lucy the same way. Who knows? Plus, maybe Lucy too because of the whole soul thing. Because that was like the first thing we got introduced to soul stuff with her during that arc. So maybe he has met up with her, or he plans to, or something. Exactly. Yeah. So I can see that happening. I think we definitely get Lucy back. I mean, because she's literally she would be the vessel for sick, right? Or vessel for sick.
Unhealthy, yeah, you can kind of say that.
So she'll probably come back. Since everybody else came back, I don't see why she wouldn't.
So I brought something up very early on in this read through. I think it was volume maybe 16 or 17. About how the clones of Andy / Victor influenced Void's life, influenced Sean's life. How do we feel about that now?
I was going to talk about that. I think we might see the same thing with Ruin. Where same thing, he's going to influence Ruin's life in some kind of way.
So are you accepting my theory is correct then, that those are clones of either Andy or Victor?
Yeah, because it doesn't make sense.
I could see it for sure.
Like, what's the point of having the police officer talk to him and then the other guy, gang leader, talk? Like, what's the point of that? It like, why? You know? Why? Why would we need to see that? Doesn't matter.
I think another idea that I had in the past is if we're going to fight both gods, if we're going to, let's just say, focused our energy on defeating one of them before the other. So based on how Ragnarok ended previously, we know that Sun or Soul is the primary adversary. Again, if we defeat the Sun, does it cease to exist?
I think it would be similar to like the Master Rules, where like if we defeat them, they just kind of
so like those black figures would be gone, but the sun itself would remain.
Yeah. Same with the moon too. Like there's no Luna. Like it's still the moon, but like she's just not there anymore.
What do you guys think that Fuko is referring to when she says that like something's off?
Where?
Page, what was that, 3?
It was at the beginning of the chapter. I mean, y'all have been saying since the beginning, this is going easy, and they've succeeded this entire time. So it could just be that feeling of this is going
too easy.
Right. Because in her mind, remember, fight. So she's like, wait, are we there? Am I missing something? You know?
What if remember was already used?
Ooh.
We're going to get I think we're going to get like back-to-back plot twists soon. It's going to be 2. It's not going to be 1. It's going to be 2.
Well, technically, next week's chapter is the end of volume 24.
Oh, yeah.
So we might not have to wait long.
Yep. I wonder when we will circle back to some Fuko and Luna conversations. Because remember, that was something that was hinted at. I forgot what was going on at the time, but she pretty much
It was
said,
like,
I had a convo
why
with her.
why do you know that? Aren't you concerned about while you're skipping the quest and hence moving
Right.
forward in time that there won't be a negator? She's like, oh, I know. Quetzal put it in the chat that they think it might be a drawback of interacting with souls. In what way? Do you think that maybe it would have some sort of lasting damage? Or do you feel like because of the fact that Andy has been alive all this time, maybe there's something wrong with his soul? Because she said that she started to feel it now in this interaction.
There's a lot. Like, when you really think about it, there's still a lot to cover in this series. It's a lot. Origins, of course, other master rules, remember, the rest of the Union, or Tatiana,
Ruin.
and then eventually Bats see her stuff. Yep, exactly. Ruin, Andy and the clone stuff. Like, what has he been doing on Earth altogether? Obviously, we know about the whole artifact situation, collecting and whatnot. Conversations with Fuko and Luna.
And that's not to say if there's a creator above Luna and Sun.
Yep.
Like,
I'm waiting for. I think we'll see Sun speak once. I think Soul's going to talk to Sun. That's when we'll finally see Sun speak or hear Sun speak. Don't know when, but I can see that happening.
Only 40? Larry? Interesting. I could see this going on for another 150 chapters.
Right. Somewhere in between 300 and 400 for sure. I definitely see us hitting 300.
Hit in the heart, yep. But when you really think about it, though, the Sun can change a lot of shit in the series just from hearing their dialogue, because we haven't heard anything from Sun. We're just hearing everything from, like, or seeing everything happen through Luna, through the Master Rules. So, like, what can Sun add to the series that will be essentially a plot twist? I think there can be a few different things that can come out of that. Don't know yet exactly, but I just have a feeling that.
Oh yeah, like a first loop arc
for sure. Yep.
Okay, so let's assume Remember gets used successfully. That's not the hurdle. What does that then entail? Do you feel like Julia would have to be outside of the round table room when they skip the next set of quests? Do you feel that she's going to get all these memories as a child?
I could see Fuko using Remember to kind of bring everyone together and get them on one page, but it actually has the opposite effect. And it could disband the Union because people don't know how to deal with the new...
You're not really fighting with your teammates. You're fighting with your enemies.
Well, you're fighting with so
people
many
that
things.
Killed you.
Right. And what if, like, there's no telling if Remember is just the last loop? Like, what if it's all the memories that you've had? Like,
I mean, I don't want to call it out of character for characters to be, like, not with it anymore, because, I mean, I can't just be, oh, your trauma doesn't mean shit. But, like, they already know that she entrusted them, as she just, said this chapter once again, and they know all that she has done for them. And
Right.
even the way that she came to them, she wasn't like forcing them to like join or anything
Right.
like that. She just helped them prevent the tragedies. Then, you know, but it would be
Right.
cool if a few of them were like, I can't do it. Respectfully, I can't do it.
Right. Like, take Billy, for example. Like,
I
he's
never
going
want to fight again.
he's going to get the memory and the emotions of losing his wife and child. He could have easily felt fine fighting God because he had nothing to lose, and he has everything to lose now.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Hopefully they get like a Nico effect where he's like, okay, I'm good. I got it. I understand. Because I thought that was going to go. I thought his was going to go the absolute worst way possible, and it actually didn't.
I mean, so I feel like part of that is because of how Ichiko left. She left him saying, "Hey, I love you. I trust you. You're going to bring us back to life. It's going to be okay." Whereas in 100, she gave birth and died. Like, he didn't get,
That's still a lot
that
of
makes sense.
information.
It is. It is. I will never say it's not.
I had a thought based off of the previous explanation of what all negators fall into in terms of categories. They fight God, they turn to a life of crime, or they kill themselves. What if, like, a couple of people just commit suicide, like, on the spot?
Oh, shit.
Do you feel like that's too dark for this series, or?
I feel like it's a little dark, yeah. But
it depends on the character.
I don't think we've seen a single, like, name drop character that we've seen, like, choose that option.
I mean,
in any of the
was going to.
Well, yeah, but not successfully, I mean.
Mm-hmm.
What if there were, like, other negators that we just haven't... Like, there can't just only be 25 negators.
I was looking forward to that, to be honest. I just wanted at least one new person. Just a random new person. I know people, but unbalanced. Okay, chill.
Undefinition.
Yep.
Like, I feel like he could have easily added a lot more people, but as soon as you do that, you fall into the trap of Naruto and My Hero, and you have such a large cast that you just
That's why it's only one.
Give the focus right. Only one.
Oh, where's Seal at?
Seal, that boy dead.
So he was only brought out once Andy went on a rampage killing Umas. So maybe
shit now, boy.
Maybe because rules haven't been broken enough, he has not been.
The reason why I bring him up specifically is because he was summoned from the sun. So are there, like, a secondary layer?
Oh no.
How do we know that there's only what?
But with the master rules, we're going to see a regulator come out again and absorb a few master rules. I can see that happening.
Seal would be king of the Umas at that point.
Yeah. He wouldn't be wrong. But okay, buddy, you weren't wrong.
I mean, in my mind, if they wanted Seal out at this point, he would absolutely be out.
And really, any of them would be a problem. But I can see him, if that happens, I can see it being a war, change, and probably time. Those three. If I don't know, I'm just thinking of three, but there had to be three. That would be fucking nuts. So,
how would you feel if Uma Time was just able to take Fuko and put her back at the start again? The start of maybe loop 101.
I feel like that would. I feel like I don't want to watch her go through all of this again. Like,
well, same, but in terms of, like, what could go wrong from here on out.
Oh no!
Like, how did the master rules kind of affect the story?
But at that point, rather than moving her to the end, just like freeze her in time and leave the union without their leader. Have the union fight about who's gonna step up. Gina would want to be. Mm-hmm.
And it's this time she's going to be able to break out to help instead of what happened in the arc the last time.
I'm gonna like break my brain thinking about what she's so nervous about. Like I feel like this is the answer to everything. If I can figure this out, it's game over.
And then Andy, man. Oh.
Yeah, did you think when you were caught up that we would have him?
Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah. I thought when I saw his cheeks out for volume 21 that he was officially back. So
well, he's back.
I was like, 6 volumes, that's a pretty good time away. Like absence makes the heart grow fonder. So I was like, yeah, 6 volumes is good enough.
I think the little bit that they gave us with him is like just enough to hold people over, but people are going to lose their mind when he's back.
Yep.
I mean, theoretically, has Fuko touched skin on metal for G-Liner?
I mean, yes, but because she picked it up, but because
she already has gloves.
No, she picked it up normally because that's when they told us that a negator can only have one ability. That's why she was fine touching it, because it couldn't like it didn't activate or do anything. Like, yeah,
I remember.
I would have to go. I would have to go back to the chapter to like see exactly what they said, but it was something
because she also used it versus Umba Heat when she drew the cloak, heat resistant cloak. But the only other thing I was thinking of in terms of maybe a potential hurdle is we know that the master rules, the Dark 10, that their powers in some form or fashion are related to Soul, since Soul was the first Uma. And we also saw from when they went to go get Andy the first time on the Sun that Uma Change was able to change the structure of those that got struck with her hair. Do we feel like she has the capability to remove or to change any sort of negator power inside of our negator crew? So like deleter rounds from My Hero. Can they just get rid of these abilities?
I feel like I'm not entirely sure. Like, I'm trying to think about it. Like, I could see, I feel like because the negator powers are like in the soul, I feel like that's something that they don't have control over, but they could change other things, like oh, now you just don't have arms to touch me or something. Like just like I'm expecting like body horror with her, like you know,
some Made in Abyss type stuff.
Not entirely sure, but like, you know.
Huh. That's an interesting thought. Quetzal brings up, what if Fuko's already in a time loop?
And that's why things are feeling rushed to people.
Well, not only that, but it's like it's you have a infinite Tsukuyomi.
So you think like maybe killing time would stop that?
Yeah, but I don't know if like how do you kill time?
I mean, you can like you could kill him.
Normally, I watch anime or something.
But the time, but the time it would just turn to like time is in time.
Yeah, just normal. There's no like time travel.
So just kill him, and then he could just stop controlling and manipulating shit. But yeah, there's
I'm
some
stuck.
big shit that's about to happen. Like I think it's gonna be a few things, not even just one thing. It's gonna be a few. It's just getting scary. Cause even the soul manipulating, like, bruh, we don't need that, man. Stop it, please. I thought you were.
I feel like
cool.
he's hidden something in plain sight, and I just can't. I can't determine what it is. Because you don't say that without some sort of foreshadowing behind that line. I feel like that's you ever so subtly acknowledging to the reader, like, oh, maybe you should reread this series. There's something in there.
If there's any of you.
Which we know there is. Like,
Do I see dying? You said Sean and Feng. Those are two characters that I've definitely said will die, just based off of. I mean, like,
especially with how big
yeah,
they have been.
how
Like,
clutch. You
people
got best
would
mom
miss
and best
them.
Sean.
Good lord. Feng definitely gonna die.
Hell yeah. And he doesn't
I
care.
could see
'cause he
Gina
already died.
dying. I know I already said that, but I could see Gina dying.
I've said that. I keep going back and forth between her and Sean. It's back and forth. I don't know who. It's one of them. I think it's one of them. I just don't know.
What would you think if, when they are trying to prevent Tatiana's tragedy, it actually goes off and someone dies there?
Billy?
Damn.
Oh, that would be.
Ooh, I can
Billy
already see it
dies?
in my head. I can see Gina probably trying to use Unchanged and it's too late or something, and then boom, it's
That
Oh,
would be.
no.
And that would be
Awful.
before Remember. So when they
So-
do introduce Remember, then they would remember how good of a guy
Oh,
Billy
no.
was.
And Tatiana would see that. and
Tatiana
see
I'm
that.
sorry.
Oh,
I'm sorry.
no.
I'm
This
sorry.
sounds just like how we used to talk in season 1. Remember, we kept saying either Billy or Tatiana. We basically went right back to that. The same
Like,
shit.
I feel like the double tap of emotions
Yeah.
is necessary.
Her killing
Like,
him specifically.
Oh,
We definitely need a few dying, though, for sure. Because if Master Rules are dying, like, come on, man, we gotta. Negator's gotta die too.
It's too easy. And
It is.
I'm kind of surprised. I feel like he's building this up for, as many people have said today in the stream, this feeling of unease of everything's going too well. And we've been talking about this for a while now, but now I think other people are starting to finally like come to this same sort of realization as we have.
Yeah, some people are gonna die. They're gonna die. It's just I just gotta. I just keep thinking who will. I just gotta be comfortable with some of them, but I can't because I love all these characters, man. It's not none of them are comfortable, but like I genuinely would want to see. Honestly, though, Sean and here's one thing that I will say: Sean and Gina, one of them definitely would die because their relationship. If you notice,
too
those
wholesome.
relationships are more like they're already like a lot of these other characters are already like in love. Like you got Ichico, Nico, you have the trio of Lala, Layla, and Rip, and I feel like theirs is still growing, like developing. Gina and Sean still developing to the point where it's not going to get that far. So one of them
It's gonna cut it prematurely.
Yeah, if you notice, they haven't like nothing is like all the other ones. That's why I always said that Suzuka, he's not scared of doing romance because a lot of these characters fall in love with each other. Like I don't want to say easily, but you get what I mean. Like it's not, it doesn't feel awkward. It's just simple, like real life stuff
or forced.
Yeah, but those two, they're still trying to develop something, and they're not like actually boyfriend and girlfriend or nothing like that. But one of them's going to die before that, and the fact that they're young too, it's going to hurt more.
Oh yeah,
Larry, I've been sitting on your comment for a while. He asked, "What if Soul brings back the Master Rules?" My only question to that is, why wouldn't he have done it already? Why wouldn't he have done it immediately?
right. So, going back to one of the previous volumes, what do you think Soul meant by saying he would see Beast in a validated world? I can tell you what my opinion of that is.
Vontae, you can go first. I do have a thought on that, though.
I feel like there's some more dialogue that came out of that chapters later, but I forgot because it had me rethinking that. A validated world. I mean, no, I don't know. Go.
My thought is how original. It relates to video games. The beta test is now over. This is like the version we're moving forward with. So I could see there being one more loop. And it's not technically a loop, it's like the final
It would be
version
the
of
final.
the game.
Right. I could see a final version of the world for sure. So
What'd you think?
what I thought was a validated world for them, for the Umas, would be a world without negators.
Oh yeah.
And then the validated world for the negators would be a world without Umas, the rules, and gods, what Fuko is striving for. She just hasn't called it that. But I think that they were kind of just fighting for how that final world would look.
On some ghetto shit. Like, no,
I understood that reference.
Not that non-torturers. Forget them. Hell no. This is all.
My question of you using that sort of mindset for Fuko and Co. is, if these master rules can't die, does that also apply to if they get killed in this final version of the looping process?
They said they can't die, and they have not died in any of the previous loops, but they've never had their soul cores destroyed. So I think
it's not that they can't die, it's just they've never been killed before.
I think so. Because Beast is like any other human soul right now that has died. He's in the subspace.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
Just waiting for the next iteration to start.
Right. Yeah. And I think that depending on who's going to win the final fight, that depends on what souls get to inhabit.
Okay. Going back to an earlier point, I half jokingly asked, do you think that Andy and Fuko will round the bases before or after the final battle?
Yeah.
What if she does that as a reset? Like, what if something happens to this world to where the only way that they can start over is via a Big Bang?
I didn't really think about that.
We know for a fact that that's going to give him the biggest stroke of unluck he's ever had. Like, that's been...
If they have their powers.
That's been since the beginning.
Oh, wait a minute. Okay. The whole subspace thing, souls things. I could definitely see them basically doing a reset like that via Big Bang. And if...
crashes the game, has to restart.
We're the ones that are, quote-unquote, destroying everything to usher in a new world, so we'll go pick up the souls or somehow, get them back. Maybe via an artifact or something like that. So
what if this is how it's always meant to be? What if the first 100 loops are always sun crushing the earth, and then that's what causes Fuko to enact the Big Bang every time?
Whoa.
Because there's this theory in astrophysics in terms of when the Big Bang happens, everything expands. There's one of two things that can happen. It can either expand out to infinity and it's just a cold, dead, isolated wasteland. Or alternatively, it comes back, forms a new Big Bang, and then it just keeps going over and over again.
Yeah.
What the hell is Fuko thinking? What is she missing? Because I'm missing it too. What is it?
We'll never know. Just kidding, we will. And it's going to be something obvious, and we'll be like, oh no. But hey, congratulations, you're caught up.
Okay. This is... the more and more I think about it, I really do think there's a God beyond Sun and Luna. It just, like, yes, they very much seem like players of the game, but there's obviously a creator of the game for them to even play the game. And I would hope that the God is kind of like it would be cool if the God is kind of like Truth and Full Metal Alchemist, something like that kind of dynamic, a very neutral entity. Just because this series has been so much of like a lot of stuff when it comes to like Sun and Luna is like a contradiction in terms of what they create, what they use, how they influence other things. It's just kind of weird because we're a handicap as the negators by both I would say by both gods, because apparently we're barbaric trash people, we fought each other and all this stuff, now we're getting our punishment. But like, I don't know, like, do you think that, okay, this is one thing I will say, I think it should come down to a point where Fuko starts to kind of see maybe what they're saying or how they view it. Like, okay, we are barbaric people because we just look like innocent people being fucked with. It doesn't really ever seem like we're trash people per se. So I think we need to implement some of that, which I think we will get from the origins once we get, the Victor, Juiz, and anything around that time, maybe. But it doesn't really feel like, I just feel like we're getting bullied. It's kind of like in AOT, right? Where it's like, okay, these people.
Why is it always death? It's always death. It's always death. Why do we deserve this? We don't deserve this.
Exactly.
Actually, you kind of deserve this.
Yeah, it has to be a reason, because it just look like we're getting bullied right now by both gods. Like, they really fuck with us more than they fuck with anything, other rules or anything like that. And I know that's the point because they're created for that reason. But like, can we at least see? I mean, obviously we know what humanity is, but can we at least see that though in the manga itself? Because I don't get that way any of these characters. Like, we never seen characters being, other than like Feng when he was doing bullshit, and like, other than that, most people have been the ones being the victims of the tragedies.
So, what I was going to mention is, I mentioned this in one of our anime reactions during season 1, and I was reading the manga that corresponded to those episodes. And one thing that I noticed, it seemed like a conscious decision by the animators to draw less individuals in this world. Say, for example, the Victor versus Andy fight in Andy/Victor's memories. When Fuko is running through the town, she was actively avoiding people in the memories, not to cause them harm. So I feel like the anime has specifically made a choice to decrease the population of the world. What if Tozuka flips on that? Because in his manga, he has purposely showed a greater population to where the sins of humanity, the wrath, the rage, are the same thing. The wrath, the gluttony, all the 7 deadly sins. They are kind of like a virus on the souls themselves. And without the rules, they wouldn't be able to, the phrase is, you can't have light without dark, you can't have good without bad, so on and so forth. That the only way that this soul can remain pure is by giving them tragedy to overcome.
To kind of like balance it out, like, since humanity is already looked at like being punished, you give them that quote unquote punishment, but that kind of, it's like an atonement in a way. So it helps balance.
Yeah, so
once they go
the common everyday person, they do enact war on one another. They do get each other sick. They do, I don't know. They prey on the anxiety of their fellow man.
I gotta see some despair on our end again. I know it sounds dark, but
I think it's gonna happen. Like,
because you know something, like, think of war, for example. Like, imagine if we Like somebody asks War, like, man, like why are you doing this? He's like, yo, like shit, this is something that you guys created. I'm technically a product of your doing. So really, the Umas are not, even though they're the antagonists, you can't really blame them for shit that they do because humans are technically the ones that created them, or at least the reason why they're created is because humans. Well, yeah, technically humans did create them at some point, way back in the past with the wars and then all the other Umas and rules that, you know. So I guess. But then some of them aren't even bad, which is kind of funny too. It's like, well, what's so bad about change? Realistically, like, what's bad about change? What's bad about luck? What's, you know? But I don't know. The series, Tezuka, he has a really interesting mind. I feel like he has an interesting philosophy on life that he's putting in this series. It's like, who do you blame? Once again, it's like AOT. Like, who do you really blame? Like, obviously, King Fritz, but like, humanity. Who do you blame? Humans are humans.
I mean, let's say, for example, that there is not a grand creator above Sun or Luna. Can we really fault them for essentially trying to cause this growth in their creation? Because who's to say that the Umas can't or aren't entitled to their own lives? Like, why does it have to be one or the other? Just because you have different sides of the chessboard doesn't mean that they don't deserve the right to live. And not to get too much into the spoiler territory, but the Promised Neverland comes to mind again.
Yeah.
In terms of those two opposing sides. Like, who's to say you can't have coexistence? Naturally, it's probably set up for them to have conflict so that one can then see kind of what it takes to survive with your fellow man, your fellow Uma, so to speak. But they have conscience, they have feelings. We saw that Soul seemed visibly upset when Beast was taken out and erased from existence in the sloop.
Yeah.
Yeah, we also saw we also know that they're also prideful and they were upset when Soul told them they would lose. Like, so they absolutely have emotions.
Man. It changes
souls
so
of their
much.
own. They have
Lan gave up the last bit of her life to get Nico and Ichico married.
Uh-huh.
So much shit changed. Because even Luna, apparently Luna has another, like a different motive that we don't know about yet. Like, we thought it was
Soul
just
doesn't know.
of her spectating to see how we improve or whatever, but it might not even be that. So what we're just talking about for the past few minutes, it might not even go that route. It might be a whole nother motive.
Yeah. No, absolutely.
And then Sun, we don't know jack shit. He just want to destroy it. But what if that's something different? Like, what if he's actually the one that wants to see the improvement and Luna wants the opposite? So it's a lot of irony there.
Yeah, it's tough.
Maybe Andy can tell us what he heard from Sun. Sun probably talks to himself in his room. He's like,
I got all these damn Umas in me. Get out of me.
Fucking undead.
I do think, though, Sherm, you were cooking when you said Sun likely created Apocalypse. That's got to be my favorite part of the stream.
Thank you.
Yep.
I'm glad.
Bro, Sun, please, I need it soon. That's one thing I've been asking for so long. I just need you to speak on something, man. I'm tired of seeing Luna with her damn teacup. Damn. She already made it known that I'm just here to spectate and just watch. Like, okay, then let me hear Sun now. What does he got to say, or she? What do they have to say? All right, guess we're towards the end of the stream now. But you guys know the drill. Sundays, we'll be here when the chapter drops. About a few hours after, but we'll be here.
Hell yeah.
We really called that the perfect time. The arc ended, and we're first chapter of the new arc. So It's crazy.
Or the
No,
next
you-
chapter is like the final one of the arc, and then it just like
Oh, God.
mind F's us.
Oh shit.
Right.
Does Luna even
Man.
have leaves to make tea with?
It could
she
go.
has like scorched leaves.
It could go like either direction with the chapter.
Where do you think we might go in either the next chapter or the next volume?
Oh man.
It depends. Like, it could go to the Tatiana stuff that we were saying, where it goes bad, or it could go like I feel like we could even have a couple of like in between chapters where it's just Nico trying to build the actual thing, and then we just get maybe a chapter of character interactions. We just had to get this out the way to know where they were going. Like, I could see us straight to Tatiana throwing the ball at her. Like, it. You never know. Like, which is what I like about it. You know.
Oh man. I think we'll probably either go straight to Tatiana or fuck it, a soul conversation. You know what I'm saying? Next chapter.
Could be
Let's see.
like. Could freaking be.
I think we'll probably get Engine and Burn,
Ooh.
because previously Burn was under the control of the Union, and Engine was not anywhere to be found. So they were able to capture / subdue him without his help. He just turned off the sun. He could take care of Burn. Let's be honest.
Yeah. Well, I also
That is
saw
fucking
people
wild.
saying I would like to see since Billy and Burn were tight in the last loop, if like Billy went after Burn but it went bad.
Well, he's next to Tatiana though, right?
I mean, he was till he got called away. Because
that's right.
yeah.
You know what? We're gonna use Tatiana one day to get Unburned. She'll be with Unburned. They'll get to the center, the core of the sun, and she's gonna blow it away, untouchable. And we're gonna see a glimpse of the sun. And like, oh. No, you don't.
What is
Don't
the
look at me.
next, or excuse me, what is this quest reward? It was an artifact, right?
I
Or
think it
Summer
was-
/ Burn.
4 seats.
4 seats, okay. What was that
No,
other
I
artifact?
think there was also an artifact though,
A
right?
silent
Oh,
voice
maybe.
or something like that.
Oh, a silent voice. Yeah.
I wonder what
It's just
that is.
it's just a DVD.
Hey man.
I think that might be kind of like a radar, because I can't remember who I was responding to for a comment in one of our videos. I initially thought it was something to deal with Tella in terms of allowing him to speak, but he wouldn't be on the Union's seated section unless he was able to communicate with teammates, because he can't just always go on a mission with Billy.
Right.
So the fact that he's on a seated section of the round table makes me believe he already has that technology. So a silent voice, it might be able to be like an echolocation for Heart, if it is sentient.
Could
Or a
be.
DVD, like Sherm shit. No,
Or a DVD. All right, guys. That's it. I can't beat that.
like the DVDs you usually be watching, you know? Hey. gotta put
We
it
can use
together
the
somewhere,
credit
man.
card in Andy's head for the one shot. Oh, the one shot. We can probably read that next
Harley
next
Quinn.
stream.
Harley Quinn, that was the other artifact. Yes. Forgot
Oh
about
yeah,
that.
yeah.
What would that be? I don't know. What's that? What was that?
Mhm.
Like, I don't know. Like Harley Quinn is like a. I know it was like a thing. I just thought it was just Harley Quinn, you know, the name. Unless it's just something that Tezuka made up. But I just don't know if that's like a thing.
No,
It's
I
like
definitely
a-
think that the character is based off of something.
It's like a jester, like a
Jester, okay, I thought
a
so.
Harley Quinn is like a jester. Yeah.
Right. Oh, that's gonna be a really sentient, interactive ass artifact then. Oh shit.
You would
Oh,
imagine.
maybe they'll use that with never mind. I was gonna say with Phil. See if it can get an emotion out of him. I don't know.
Oh no.
He already has the damn dog thing. I forgot about that dog shit. Damn. There's a lot of shit in this damn series. Oh man. But it's alright. It's time to head out. So, if you will, Twitchy.
Thank you guys. I know we've said that before. We will continue to say it. This has been an incredible experience. I am so happy that I initially picked up this manga 3 or 4 years ago when Sherman Townsey told me to pick it up initially, that I waited until Vontae and I had a channel together. So this was before I think we even had a channel. And then we reacted to it together, and then decided to hop into the manga right afterwards. This has been, dare I say, the most enjoyable series on the channel so far.
I think it
Hell
has to.
yeah.
Like, it's just a whole manga reaction, 3 hours average of just, 2
like
3 hours. Man.
Most of you that are watching this, either in post or currently, are already in our Discord. So I love this series. It's got a special place in my heart, and I think it's about to crack my Mount Rushmore. It's like 5 or 6 right now, so it's getting very close.
I'm here for it.
It's going up, man. I think it passed something for me. Ooh. It's like, it had, like, this series, I like it a lot because it reminds me of Fire Force a lot. And I think it's starting to pass Fire Force a little bit. I think it's right there. It's right there. I just go a little further, and then it'll probably pass it for sure within the next few months. We'll see.
When they're both done, I'd be curious. Or, I mean, when this one is done, I'd be curious what you think, since I know Fire Force is done.
Yeah.
I
Very similar.
need to get back to Fire Force.
They're very similar, man. Very similar. At certain points. But yep. But once again, thank you, Sherm, for coming to all these streams that you can come to, that you came to. We'll be here Sundays with everybody. Yep, Fire Force is coming back. Can't wait for that. 2025, spring of 2025 and 2026 to finish it all off.
We'll be reacting to it on the channel, just so you know.
And Undead, though. We'll be reacting whenever that comes back. We will be reacting to that. And we have a video on mine. We're going to do a video that we'll see if it gets out to a lot of people who haven't watched or read Undead Unluck, but we're trying to get people into it, man. You must read Undead Unluck.
Yep.
But
It's
that
true,
being
you
said,
must. You have no choice.
You have no choice. You guys know the drill, man. Pull up for all the content we got going on. We'll be back Sunday. You guys will see the notification in Discord. Join the Discord. The link is always in the description. And look at the community post, because we'll also still update you guys there as well. And good night, Jenny. Good night, everyone. Or wherever you are in the world. Good morning, good afternoon, all that.
Mm-hmm.
So with that being said, I hope you guys all have a good one. Please stay safe, stay healthy, stay clean. See you guys on the next stream. And peace.
Peace.